Hello everyone, I'm MVL and welcome to Age of Worms, an online D&D campaign played on Roll20. I'm excited to have you join us for this adventure. You enter where I do, I believe on book 2 of Age of Worms, but firstly, I'm going to drop a link in the chat to help out fellow streamer Brett the Ninja, who's on hard times. He's a great person. Him and myself were involved in Biohazard TV's last charity marathon. His electric wheelchair is broken, so if you can donate to help fix it, it's not required, but it would be greatly appreciated and restore his mobility. And that was set up by Biohazard TV and the Lord Raid Network, so thank you so much there. So check that out. Secondly, if you want more Dungeons and Dragons, all the streams I do are archived on my YouTube, MVL Gaming, including the Curse of Star campaign, DM'd by the Jonan Monkey, and also featuring Sven and Nico, who are here today. Likewise, you can check out from Jonan's channel. There's a pre-recorded campaign that I DM, Horde of the Dragon Queen, with the same cast from that campaign. And
which will be up eventually.
eventually. But without further ado, let's introduce our players, starting with some perhaps familiar faces, and then I'll move it on to the Dungeon Master Sven, who will take it away, and then I'll introduce my character later when he appears. So let's do it.
Oh, that means you're free to interact with the chat while you're not.
I know, right? Just as planned.
Okay. I guess I'll go first. Like some of you will know me, my name is Jonan. I am currently playing a half-elf barbarian named Faiya, who is could charitably be called a thrill seeker. Essentially, what that means is she likes getting into fights a lot. In fact, it's kind of obvious when you first see her because, yeah, you know that whole battle bikini concept? Well, forget that. Her body is covered in scars. Like, literally, it's more scars than flesh at this point. And she has a bit unruly in terms of the party. The fact that I will freely admit that she has kind of gotten the party into one too many scrapes because she just walks straight into enemy-infested rooms. But yeah, that's the character, so that will be a lot of fun.
That's what barbarians do. I know it well.
Yeah. So yeah, Nico, over to you.
All right, I'm Nico. I'm also in the other game, so you might know me from playing a very timid druid. I'm not playing a timid druid this time around. I am playing the kobold cleric Errol, and I am awesome and not very smart, but don't tell anybody. Also, I don't know. And that's about it. I'm Errol. I'm awesome. I make lightning happen and also heal people because I keep everybody alive because I am so great.
Yeah.
Also, I'm a dragon.
Totally, completely a dragon.
Completely.
No questions. We're not going to question it.
No. Maybe got washed a little warm at some point. Just when I'm tiny.
Oh, no.
All right.
That's probably what happened. I knew I shouldn't have trusted the people at the springs, the hot springs.
We also have
Damn
some...
you, hot springs episode!
There's always one. We also have some new faces.
You, Meg.
Hi. Who's first with the new faces?
I
You
guess
are,
you.
darling.
We did
me.
say you, Meg.
Yeah, okay. Hi.
Oh.
I play a paladin who is a lot more stoic than I am. She, how would you describe it? She's kind of like in Diamond Lake. She was kind of law enforcement, sort of city watch background, and she has been cleaning up some necromancy shit going on around town here, and may or may not had some dealings with Raven Queen shenanigans in the past, despite being part of her
Crisis
Belor.
of faith.
Crisis of faith is what's going on right here, yeah.
These seem to happen a lot in my campaigns.
And I guess segue into our drow character. Drow, two of them have been hanging out in the church for...
Yeah, hello, I'm Kyle. I'm going to be playing a drow elf gunslinger who's good friends with Sylaris. His name is Dro, because, yes. So basically, he's a nerd and a dork, and he's a soft boy.
We will get along
well. He really wants
well.
to help everyone, yeah. He really just wants to help everyone out, and he really wants to just make sure everyone gets out of this alive. And he's good friends with Sylaris, and he's really liking the party. And he came up with kind of the team shenanigans in their cup. He was like, let's form a team because that is good. he also has an accent because yes,
Because it's important.
it is very important. But now I think we should introduce our little southern roguish individual.
Hi, I'm Storm, but in this I am Russell. I am a orange tabaxi, fluffy, domesticated-looking tabby. I have green eyes and a scar over my eye, and even though I'm a rogue, I am taking levels in Ranger because she's very sweet and she's trying to change her ways and make a new path. And bows are cool, y'all. Bows are cool.
They are cool.
They're very
Fact.
cool.
And that leaves us with.
All right. Yes, hi, I'm Becca. Up until MB here joined us, I was the new person with my character Kendra, who is the one-armed purple tiefling warlock. And let's just say she is just done. Just done with everything. Brainwashed into a cult, done with it. Dealing with necromancy on a daily basis, done with it. In fact, she is probably the most done with her talking sword, Omen, which houses the spirit of Gurn Solidblade.
Ooh.
Fucker
Also
does not
manifest as a
shut
shadow
up.
arm, by the way, because that's fucking cool. How could you not mention
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, she has a shadow harm when she's using her magical warlock sword.
All right. So, Svengen Master. Hello.
Greetings, everyone. You may remember me from from certain other videos on MVL's channel and also Jonan's. I have appeared. Well, I say appeared. I have sort of co-hosted against a tide of apathy the podcast Monkey Broadcast with Jonan for the last 9 years.
Something like that, yeah.
So some of you may know me from that. Others may know me from the one time I appeared on Flip the Mic talking about the post-WrestleMania shenanigans in WWE. Or
Speaking
you may
of
know,
things I need to edit.
or you may in fact know me from the Curse Strahd, where I play ridiculous Frenchman Jean-Gaspard Duvalier. Indeed, MDL. Poorly pretty. Now, before I get into the plot recap, I would like to just run down some things as far as the setting and world goes, just in case we have some people who are familiar with 3.5e and end up really, really confused by the changes I've made. So
Yeah.
first and foremost, this we're
Can you address the
playing
grass.
here
The grass
shortly.
on the street? Okay.
First and foremost,
That's
we're
in the
playing.
recap, Meg. That's in the recap.
Okay.
We're playing a 5e conversion of, frankly, infamous 3.5e campaign, Age of Worms, legendarily difficult and really sort of legendarily gloomy too. But I've made some changes to make it so that the party has a reason to care about the world. 5e has also made it a little less of a challenge, but well, let's just say there is a difficulty curve at some point, and these fine people are gonna get to experience it at some point.
I have Revivify.
okay.
Everything's gonna be fine.
Yes. We believe in Errol. Errol
Now,
can save us all.
as far
I
as
have
the
one diamond that I can use. I have one Revivify.
Calling it
Well,
now. I'll die in the first encounter.
as far as the story universe goes, this was originally a campaign built for the Greyhawk multiverse, but I'll be honest, the Greyhawk multiverse is my brain. So I've cut down the multiverse to a continent called Greyhawk on an overall campaign setting that takes elements from, Eberron, Faerun, Baldur's Gate, and actually a fair few original elements from the story universe being constructed by our esteemed gunslinger Kyle. So so there may be some
It's reversed.
There may or may not be some steampunk shenanigans going on because that's what happens in one of my campaigns.
yes. In fact, I've set this campaign such that sort of accidentally become a pseudo horror fantasy steampunk western, which is a word salad that almost hurts me inside. But yes, steampunk elements, horror fantasy, and there may be some references that y'all don't get because it's from an original universe. Basically, expect a lot of things from me.
Yes.
Shipping, southern accents, and trying desperately to swerve, feeling like a dick to my partner. Without further ado, I would like to welcome you all to the campaign. I bring you to the seedy mining town of Diamond Lake, located to the south of Greyhawk, a rough and tumble continent to the northeast of the world, just coming into itself as a civilized society. We come to our intrepid group, having spent the first book sort of banding together, getting to know each other, and essentially bonding over raiding an ancient primordial burial ground for money to get out of the hellhole that is Diamond Lake. In doing so, they unearthed a semi-nightmarish conspiracy between a local necromancer and a Stygian enigmatic cult called the Ebon Triad. Pursuing this lead, the group segued into Book 2, where they fought the Ebon Triad one-on-one in the depths of the Dowerstone mine. Coming across our esteemed warlock, Kendra Fetri, an ex-cultist herself, who aided them in dispatching her more fanatical comrades. This all culminated in the capture of the group at the hands of the seeming leader of the Triad, a death cleric named Feldrick. Taking the group to the surface and into Diamond Lake, where the government is so deeply and unknowingly influenced by this cult. Feldrick put them on trial, but a last-minute arrival by local sage Alistan and two of his fellow wizards, a theurge named Marzena and her apprentice Lazare, saved the group from what appeared to be certain doom. Tasked to finish their business with the Ebon Triad by Alistan, they returned to Dowerstone Mine, only to be greeted with the revelation that Feldrick is in fact a far more powerful force than they had anticipated. There's a cat meowing in the background. Please ignore the teddy bear.
Russell, shush!
Kitty, come here. I want to stroke you. Kitty.
It is actually coming over, so he may guess.
I want to stroke it.
Okay, come here, Teddy.
I'll tell you something. That cat's gonna be way more over than any of us.
Yeah, more over than Roman Reigns.
Oh.
So, carrying on, they discovered that in fact Feldrick was not what he seemed. Actually, an indescribably powerful cleric of the death god Caius, a Stygian eldritch entity with whom the Ebon Triad seems to have aligned themselves for reasons unknown to the world. Teddy, stop whacking me.
No.
Barely,
The dogs, we've got all the pets here.
just
No.
just escaping Feldrick's clutches. The group fought off the monster he summoned from the pool of darkness within Dowerstone Mine, and returned to the surface. We bring you to the group a week later, having regrouped and gathered themselves after their encounter in Dowerstone Mine. We come to the end, in fact, of Book 2, The Three Faces of Evil, and bring you directly to Book 3, The Nightmare of Blackwater Keep.
Oh, jeez.
Without further ado, I would like to welcome you all to Age of Worms, where death is just a feeling.
Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah!
Alright.
And now I'm going to let
Where's
my
the
cat
kazoo?
out.
Where's the kazoo?
Somehow, like,
I have an
Oh.
ocarina.
Yo!
there he goes.
I also
Somehow I
have
don't.
I have the same one.
Oh, wow.
Somehow with that title, I don't think this is going to be the beach episode, guys. Just saying.
I was gonna
Nightmare.
talk about the beach
totally
episode.
the beach episode.
Well, I mean, there's a body of water.
I was
I
just
know, there was water involved.
just
Okay.
rolling up my
Maybe
robes
it's
to
a
go on the
spa
sand.
episode.
It can be a beach episode where we're all suffering.
All right. With all that said, I would like to segue directly to the session. In fact, just a little before the end of the week break, because I have something that I would like to address with Dro and the stuff he's been doing.
Okay.
So, Dro, the day after you crafted the Tea of Doom and successfully chased away, seemingly single-handedly, Sylaris' unexpected illness, the morning after, you wake up once again, as you have every day for the last 5 days, face first on your desk with your almost complete shotgun in front of you. You straighten, just sort of snapping awake. Your surroundings seem the same. Your shotgun is all in order, but there is in fact something on your work desk, a note.
Strange, I don't remember writing this. He picks it up and looks
Alright.
at it.
All right, you are greeted with a note. To the dashing gunslinger that's won at least part of my heart. I'm sorry I didn't get the chance to say goodbye in person. Auric insisted on leaving this morning. I had a storm coming. But hopefully it won't be the last time we meet. If you ever find yourself in the Free City, seek out the Fistful of Roses, a wee tavern in Fletcher's End. Just mention my name, and you'll get the discount. I'm sure I'll pop around sometime. In the meantime, Dro, you take care of yourself, boyo. All my best, Tira.
That's so cute.
Oh, wasn't that nice of her?
Have you
well,
remembered yet what happened in the tavern?
That one
but
night.
John does not remember anything from that night.
Good. I just wanted to get that straight.
Yeah.
On stream, they drunkenly kissed.
Yeah.
It was very adorable.
John does not remember
Made out.
anything.
And at the very end of the page, that was nice. You find the postscript. Best hangover ever.
Oh, I don't remember. Huh. Wait,
Are there lipstick marks? Is there like a...
Not at this point. This is
No.
5 days after that, and
I know, but like, is there like a lipstick like mark on like the letter?
Yeah.
no,
Seal
no,
off with a
but
kiss?
no, but there may in fact be a on the signing of her name. It may in fact trail off into interestingly a little arrow, like an archer's
That's
arrow.
cute. That's so cute.
oh. Well, I'm flattered, but I'm so confused at the same time. I need to ask Sylaris about this.
You have a book?
I have a book. I must read about it.
Written by Scanlan Rasputin. Clearly, this is the only way you'll ever gain romantic knowledge.
Yep.
Okay, so on that, That's 5 days in, and now I would like to segue us to day 7, the happening.
Oh,
Sunrise breaks over Diamond Lake a week after your final business in the Dowerstone mine and your subsequent glorious destruction of it.
It exploded.
I would like to bring us to one Sylaris in the church of Pelor, going about your daily duties. When, in fact, one of your cadets approaches you, the short, stocky dwarf, well-meaning though she is also prone to ending disputes with flying tackles.
Mm-hmm.
Informing you that your presence and the presence of those who have been in your company is requested at the home of Alistan.
I need to remember her name.
It's Faiya.
Okay, I'll say thank you, Thea. Continue on. And...
She just nods and sort of goes back to her duties.
And the first person, I guess, will be role playing me getting everyone?
If you want.
All of you.
I am going to go upstairs and search for Dro. See where he's at.
You hear the clanging of him banging on his gun again.
It's not a euphemism.
Yeah,
I lift my hands and knock on the door. I knock on the door. Any response?
No response.
I try the knob. Is it locked?
It's open. It's open.
Okay, I open the door, kind of steadily. I approach Dro from behind. Woof! You've already spent 4 days in solitude doing this. Did you?
What? But I was out yesterday. Trust me. I'm gonna roll a bluff check. I'm gonna roll bluff.
By the way, Sylaris, the room. Yeah, it would be deception. And
yeah.
By the way, Sylaris, the room is still as dark as ever, and even though Dro has in fact been taking time to like eat and care for himself, it also smells like death in the room now.
Oh my god. Okay, one second. I have a cat. We're gonna.
Yeah. I should apologize. We have metagaming pets all around us.
I know.
They're probably barking something like one of them's probably barking. Inside check. Inside.
Yes, I'm gonna do an insight check to be like, yeah. Well, I noticed that the room's completely dark. It smells like death. He probably
You get advantage on this. I'll give you
yeah.
that.
I'll also give you advantage.
I don't care.
I have a 5.
Mm-hmm.
23.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, you see through his shit.
Nice.
Oh my god, baby.
The cats
okay,
are going to be so over.
Just hold it so we know where it's coming from.
It's all right. It's gonna get us over with the cat community. So there you have it.
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna lean my face in as my hand is on his shoulder, and like, we gotta go. We're gonna leave.
What? Why do we have to go? Where do we have to go? I'm still working.
Oh well, pack up everything. We're leaving in 5.
All right. He starts like shoving everything into his handy haversack, like with reckless abandon.
Okay, roll me dexterity to see if you break off part of your gun.
Oh no.
Okay, your shit tossing is in fact more. Whoop, poof. You don't in fact power bomb all your stuff into your handy haversack, so you avoid undoing your hard work.
Okay.
I've been there.
All right.
All right, I'm ready to go.
All right, we got a summon to head over to Alistan. Do you know where anyone else would be?
Well, Faiya's most likely in the tavern, and probably Russell. Well, Kendra's staying there for sure, so we should head there.
Yeah, let's go to the tavern then. We head over to the tavern, and as we're walking, I do my little thing, nodding to the cabbage guy. who loves me now.
Hello, cabbage guy.
Yeah, doing like our thing where we nod to the townspeople. I made
Yeah.
me not
That's so
pick up a
cute.
stray cat. Yeah. Then I guess we head to the tavern.
I'm not
Okay.
a stray.
Oh.
Can we look around and
You,
see if Russell's actually in the tavern? If we're talking about cats.
Plot
it's
twist,
about to,
Fire is actually in the tavern, you're 100% correct.
I fucking knew it.
I won't bring us directly to the tavern to avoid skipping around the map too much, but I will say this: Sylaris, it's approaching the breakfast hour. The tavern is largely empty, with the exception of Faiya. And somewhere in the back, in the cooking area, you hear the sound of, "All right, time to try that bacon again, and remember, not so black this time."
Yeah.
Oh, they're learning.
God, there's another one.
Uh,
Okay.
Hey, Faiya.
what the-
Everywhere.
I have cat issues. Guys, I have 5 of them. Cursed.
Fire just looks up, see the two. Oh, great. What do you two want?
Well, we got the summons apparently to Alistan, so we were trying to find all of Team Cyan and put them all together.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to record that. Right, very well. All right.
Why are you drinking so much this early? It's like 1
6
o'clock.
in the morning. Exactly.
You're already drinking.
Well, I can't. Well, I couldn't really sleep, and well, it's either that or I'll have to put up with the. Let's just say I'd have to find someone to punch at 6 o'clock in the morning, and there's not really that many people around.
Yeah,
Is the
that's
booze at least
that's
good
not
today?
MBL's acting gives me life.
Now, if I'm correct, Kendra is also staying here. So let me see. He's gonna knock on the door. He's gonna be like knock on the tavern, like I don't know, counter, and see if Nigel come up front, or like he'll
You,
call for Nigel.
You hear the cacophonous sound of things all starting to fry all at once, and a bald bearded dome peers around the side of the kitchen door and just looks out like, "Hey kiddo, what do you need today?"
Hey Nigel, I was just wondering, is Kendra staying here, right? So is she upstairs?
Yep, second room on the right.
All right.
He back to bacon.
Waltz up the stairs.
Yeah, walks up the stairs and then knocks on the door politely.
No answer.
Kendra, are you in there? It's Tro.
Oh my god. I'm gonna
The soft
slowly-
thud of something hitting the door.
Kendra, are you all right? He tries to open the door. Is it open?
No, she locks the door.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Ah,
because that's what sane people do
yeah, Dro's not
before
saying.
going to bed.
Okay. Sylaris, do I have your permission to break the door down? Or I don't think I could do it, but like.
Okay, I'll be slowly like walking, like I'll be up like the very tip of the flight of stairs, and I'm assuming there's a hallway where Kendra's door is. So
Yeah.
I'll be, like walking up slowly, and you hear clank, clank, clank while I'm in my armor. I'll be like, no, this is private property.
I mean, I could fix it later.
No, we also have stray cats in this area apparently too. They're meowing real bad.
Oh, okay.
It's a hint to go
You
get Russell.
finally
so she
do
can take
hear-
the lock for you.
The slow clop, clop, clop of Kendra's hooves approaching the door. You hear the little machinations unlock, and she opens the door, looking at you with one very unhappy, groggy eye.
Dro's smiling at you with like the most like sincere smile ever.
Did-
not read it at all.
Did you have to call her to come up the stairs?
I mean, I was just going to ask you if you wanted to come, like, because you know you're part of Team Cyan now. So I was just wondering if you wanted to come with us to Alistan because we were summoned to him, and I thought you would, want to come along.
You want to make a quick buck?
Yeah, we'll make money probably.
Yeah. Just let me drink something get dressed because all she's wearing is like a night shirt type thing. Kind of ratty. I mean, she didn't have many possessions before joining the group, so she just grabbed it from some bin somewhere, probably. Just like,
Like the actual garbage?
Probably
it's so,
you've had
it's
it.
so second. It's
No.
so second hand that it's fourth hand already.
You've had it for
Because you only have
15
one
years.
hand.
It's awful. It's awful.
just give me fucking 10 minutes, you shit.
Okay.
She closes the door.
Oh yeah,
Alright,
yeah.
let's
Team
go find
Cyan
Russell.
is chaos in a nutshell, by the way. So that's our team.
That's for the record.
Yeah.
And so, as she said, 10 minutes later, while still not any more awake, she is dressed and has her stuff, which is very little stuff, but stuff.
We'll probably end up being like downstairs with Faiya
And
Mhm.
by her table.
comes
I'd say
slowly
at this stage,
plopping
Fire's
down the stairs. And it's
I
like,
would say, sorry.
Nigel.
Again, dome into the doorway. Is it that? What can I do for you, Kendra?
You got anything to fucking pick me up? Like, I don't need this fucker's levels of energy, but just something.
I can sort you out with. Disappears around the corner again.
Kendra just kind of slouches into a bar chair next to Faiya. Like, it doesn't even have the energy to flick her tail in annoyance. It's just like hanging there.
Oh, me this morning.
Anyone?
Meanwhile, Fire just ignoring the fact that Kendra's right there and probably very sad. It just yells at the top of her voice, "Oh, and by the way, I'll have whatever you're cooking."
Faiya, you fucking bitch.
What?
I don't see what's wrong. They're making breakfast. Like, why wouldn't you want to eat it?
Oh well.
Also, if it's burnt, maybe you'll get it for free.
Yeah.
Free calories, cha-ching!
Why did I have to get picked up by these perky punk ass?
Also,
being a total morning.
I don't have enough P words.
Being a total morning person is being a paladin of Pelor and being on like morning routes all the time. We'll probably just be drinking my coffee and like smirking like.
Also, Faiya, do you know where Russell happens to be? Because I have no clue where she would be.
And we were staying in the same inn for a while back, although we have been we have been having drinking contests or what a couple of nights, so I'm not sure if she's awake yet.
Let's. Where's Rupert?
I don't know where I am.
We'll talk about it
Am
now.
I not in the tavern?
Yeah. Where do you
Maybe
want
I'll
to
Your
just
chance.
Maybe I just walked right in and I have like a little bit of hay stuck in my fur, and I'm pretty awake, and I'm just like, oh hey guys, how's it going?
Oh, that's where you were.
Oh, there she is.
Ah, perfect. We gotta
Felt-
summon to Alistan. Quick money.
Oh, we gotta
As,
go to Alistan? Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
As you're walking in, Russell, breakfast is starting to be served, and people are starting to come. There's a plate of understanding Faiya having been here the most of all of you, being the professional drinker of the party, and understanding her tendencies. Nigel, for you, Faiya, places a massive piled up plate of like bacon, sausage, hot cakes, eggs, and then for Kendra, because she specifically ordered a pick me up, he passes over a tankard of what looks like coffee, but he fetches you a wink as he goes back to the kitchen.
Oh my god, it's Clatchian. It's Clatchian coffee. You're gonna be on the other side of sober. Have fun. Only Terry Pratchett fans. Sorry, guys.
Ken, Kendra's too groggy to care. She takes a small sip.
It is strong coffee, and you taste what might be.
You totally
Yeah,
It's-
get that out.
It's so terrible, it's unspeakable.
It's okay.
strong
It's like
coffee and.
it's ridiculously strong coffee laced with what might be a little bit of brandy.
That's not too bad.
She's gonna keep drinking it, just kind of trying to hold it to her with her one hand. You said it was like a tankard, right? So she's
Yeah.
just kind of like
So you can just
just kind of holding it close, curling around the warmth and caffeine.
precious caffeine.
Precious.
All right, I
Can
think
y'all
that's
share that bacon? Can I have some bacon too? I'll give you money.
If
Thank you, Faiya.
As if on cue, having an almost preternatural sense of a regular, Nigel reappears, starts shuffling out plates, like that guy in The Princess and the Frog, just
Nice.
plates with all the expert dexterity that he does not have when he walks. He approaches you, Russell, as you come up to the bar and offers you a plate, saying, "And a little something on the house for you, being that you're a good friend of such fantastic regulars and all." He turns around, leaving you a plate of fish fry and bacon.
Thank you, Nigel. I just wanted to say I'm a regular too. I've been here for like 2 weeks. I've been here for 3 weeks, Nigel.
He pauses in the doorway and says,
fourth wall shudders.
he pauses for a moment and says, "Huh, I guess you have been. Old age is a motherfucker."
all right. Well, I think that's everyone other than Errol, and I'm pretty sure Errol is already there. So
Yeah,
I think
doesn't she stay at Alistan's? Like that's her house.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. So
yeah, she stays there with that white dragonborn dude.
yep,
Oh, Albus. Yeah. I mean,
Guy
he's
who
cool.
got fucked in the gut.
I hope he's doing okay.
Yeah.
He looked really bad the last time we saw him.
yeah, I think he's doing better now. But why don't we go see? Whenever you guys are ready, we can head out.
Yeah, I'm
just
fucking ready to
carve
go.
my food then.
Okay. While everyone munches, I'm gonna go do some things.
Is it offensive for Tabaxi to ask for a doggy bag?
Mother of God.
That's a good point. Nigel, can I take this with me? I mean, we're leaving and I don't really want to hold everybody up.
Sure. You hear the call back. Sure, and you might as well take the.
You cut out.
Oh, geez,
Damn it.
Nigel, the cooking is way too loud. I can't hear you over the sound of bacon frying.
Okay, I'll try that again. Yeah, might as well take the plate with you. I need to replace those things anyway. And it is on just like a tin punch out. That's the plate, like a round piece of tin.
Nice.
Okay, I'll bring it back later then. Thanks, Nigel.
We'll be back.
Thanks for the coffee.
Kendra's not very happy about being asked to move so soon, but considering tieflings do have an advantage against being burned, she just kind of gulps down the rest of it.
It is exception. It is exception. Oh, you get the full smack in the face of that brandy, but it does bolster your confidence, your willingness to go forward just a little.
All right, we're We're ready, right? We're gonna fucking go.
Yeah, let us go.
All right, let's fucking go.
Okay.
Outside is Bessie, and I'm gonna ride her to Alistan's.
As you do. What's I'm
Wait,
gonna
what's Betsy? Wait, what's Betsy?
Bessie is a horse. We bought
yeah,
it.
a pack
You
horse.
got a
Oh
horse?
yes, but is Bessie still is Bessie still blue?
Yeah.
No.
Aw.
It faded a few
Okay,
days ago.
to explain, we had like a micro session with Faiya and Russel where they bought a horse and then she fed it an apple of Kareska, which turned the horse blue for a brief moment in time. We don't know if it's still the case.
Kareska is Errol's goddess.
Yes.
Dragon goddess.
Which Russell has taken into consideration that Kareska has shown it to be real. So Russell's writing down Kareska's real. Pray to Kareska. I want my horse blue again.
Oh, that's a horse of a different color. That is.
You've got the horse now, Russell?
Yeah, and it wasn't
yeah.
very expensive either. It was like
Wow,
50
nice.
bucks.
What a bucks?
Yep.
We have gold.
It was 50 gold. I'm sorry, bro. Well, I didn't take from party funds, but her name's Bessie. She's a sweetheart.
Can I pet her? Is that okay?
Yeah, I mean she's gonna be carrying all our stuff on our adventures.
Ooh. I guess I could put the haversack on her.
Yeah, why not? She's got a
All right.
saddle and everything.
Yeah. All right. So.
It's very beautiful.
Okay. So
This is why I keep a separate pack.
So, as you approach Alistan's hovel, weirdly.
Question.
Okay, go ahead.
Does Alistan have like a fence or something? Like, what
Yeah.
does the front of his house look like?
Like a small stone wall around the hovel shape that you're used to,
Okay.
and
As you guys approach it, you can see Errol carefully draping toilet paper over like the fence. Like very like with intense concentration, there is art going on here.
surprisingly,
Errol.
it's actually very, very carefully laid and sort of stylish.
Ha! And there's
Errol.
a blue apple on one. Like careful so to hold it down. Uh-huh.
Errol, what are you doing?
I found toilet paper.
Ah, you
Drape.
did it.
Drape.
It's
Fine, I
that's
looked at it. Oh, that's what she wanted it for.
Hello, guys.
Hi, Errol. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I found toilet paper.
Is Aldous doing better?
A little bit. He's still hurting a lot, and he can't really breathe properly. And for some reason, as much as I ask Kareska, it doesn't really help. But I guess I'll just have to ask her more. And then at some point, I'm gonna get something that's gonna make everything okay.
Don't worry. I'll get better soon.
I'll put a second apple on.
And I'll actually use that as my lead-in for this. As you approach Alistan's hovel, the first thing you notice is that weirdly, there's already another horse parked out front, like hitched to a garden fence. It's so obviously someone either has been, or still is here, and in fact, confirm that Alistan has received a visitor that morning. You don't really know the specifics because you never really know the specifics, but there was a lot of talking going on, and
Yeah, and people do that a lot.
yeah, so you just decided to go seek greener or rather wider pastures.
Yes.
There ain't no green here in Diamond Lake.
All right. Well, Errol, it looks like we were summoned for a meeting today. So, do you want to come with us?
Oh, more talking?
Yes, more talking.
Okay.
We'll make it fun.
I'll make sure that you all talk about smart stuff.
Yes. But you can talk
And
too.
I'll very regally start marching in front of you guys, like showing you guys in.
Yes.
And I'm gonna hitch
Tiny
Bessie next to
kobold.
the other. Bessie next to the other horse.
You do that. You indeed do that. And with the caveat that I will be in fact be using tracks like soundtrack music for this for this campaign, and for MVL's sake, I'm going music
And
from
you cut
games
out.
that
That's
no.
all right. I
That's
just
fine, that's fine. Keep going,
We're
keep
already
going.
getting strike. We're already getting
sorry, Sven, you cut yourself out. Is the music fine? Because I
Yeah.
just turned off my master music volume level.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I'm going to be limiting myself to royalty-free music and music from games nobody cares.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. I'll turn it back up. Cause
Yeah.
guys, YouTube. So yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube's finicky. We
Like
should be fine, I think.
I was able to get away with music from Legend of Legaia in the mini session, so I'm gonna keep going with that note, like more of to that end.
Bork! Bork! Bork!
I'm not sure that theme suits, so I'm just gonna use this one.
Meanwhile, the dog's barking. Check for traps.
Okay, so you all file through the front door of Alistan's hovel. Inside all seems mostly normal, but looking ahead, you see Alistan in the company of a young man with long black hair, a pointy black beard, and long once illustrious red and black robes, which has since been marked by dirt and wear for whatever reason. You all
Yeah,
recognize him.
I can
In
flesh that
fact-
out a bit if you want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll lead you into that. You do in fact recognize him as the man Marzena, Alistan's friend in the courthouse, called Lazare, her apprentice.
Also, one question: are we supposed to be inside the building right now, or because we're still in the Diamond Lake map?
Bollocks! There we go.
That's
All right.
sweet, sweet, sweet.
Ooh, the textures are loading.
It begins.
All right, I'm just gonna.
Also, at this point, huge thanks to the art friend Emily for
Yes.
drawing some of these character, and to our very own Meg for drawing
Meg.
others of these characters.
Yeah, Meg.
It's like a
for
50-50
reference,
now.
yeah, for reference, Meg drew Sylaris and Russel, and Emily, I believe, drew Faiya, Kendra, and a bunch of the NPCs.
Yeah, and in fact, Lazare, who I will
Yes.
point you all to at the top of the map
Yeah,
near
Emily drew that
Alistan,
one.
whose pog came from the official art of. But yes, thanks to our wonderful artists.
They are
Especially
fantastic,
Meg, who
all
did-
this art.
Yeah, especially to Meg, who did all this shit for free, and I still feel bad. Anyway,
It's all good. Errol's coming up next. I'm working on art right now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so
Drink
this is
invisible
still a
coffee.
placeholder, and I wish I knew which artist I stole it from, but I will send it to MVL so he can put credit in later. Thanks!
So you see a wizard. He's very pale, bright blue eyes, long black hair, carefully combed back behind his ears, but with split ends. He has a carefully groomed lighter mustache and goatee, but as a young man, he's not quite able to acquire a full wizard's beard. But the ends of the mustache are curled, and the goatee comes down into a point under the chin to kind of look as respectable as he can. He's dressed in what was moderately noble, probably the best he can afford attire, but some of it is more worn than others. He does have a deep crimson long coat with lighter scarlet embroidery. The shoulders and collar protrude, which is popular in wizard styling, but it's not quite as impressive as more important characters might adore. And he has a traveler's man bag over it.
Not
under,
first.
yeah. Under this, he has deep black clothes and boots, 2 pouches, and a dagger visible on his belt. And also visible at this time, although normally underneath his shirt, is a necklace that depicts a red skull. Firmly in his right hand, there's a staff of twisted dark oak that winds to the top, where it spirals around a glowing crystal ball that slowly fades from pearl to blood red.
Ooh.
Hello,
look
everybody! I
fancy.
brought everybody a draw. Did you ever bathe?
Yes.
Smell weird.
What? I did.
I give him like a look.
You have in fact been making use of the bathhouse, but after you have still been spending time, and you probably smell like gunpowder.
Okay, I smell a little bit like my gun right now, but it's fine.
You smell a lot like your gun, but that's okay. That's fine. I know you like your gun. Hello.
You arrive upon the scene, and Alistan speaks up, saying, "Well, welcome back. I apologize for the short notice, but plans have changed. I made a promise to you that I would summon you as soon as further information surfaced on the Ebon Triad and the spawn of Caius. But that has not gone exactly to plan, as Lazare here can attest."
Salutations! I've been expecting you. And then he coughs. Sorry, my throat. I think I had something in there. And yeah, very much not going to speak in a voice like that for an entire campaign.
No, he's fine.
Russell, Errol, go heal him.
You're okay there.
I'm quite alright, thank you. My name is Lazare Blaymore, and I'm an Arcanist Initiate and Evocation Specialist from Magepoint Academy.
Ooh.
A pleasure to make your acquaintance. He looks kind of along them, almost scanning them. He's kind of nods in approval at some of them, pretty much the ones adorned in robes of some degree, and then the iconography of a holy nature. But then the rest of them, he kind of is a little bit taken aback as he's as he's surveying the scene.
Errol's gonna walk right up to you, and she's like kobold tiny, so she like maybe to your belly button or something, and she's gonna look up at you like, "You are a wizard?"
Lazare steps back. Yes, I am a wizard. Thank you.
How good are you?
Well, I would say that I'm a extremely powerful
Can you
wizard.
make me spit dragon fire?
You know, I have been working on something like that.
But you can't do it.
Alas, I'm missing a key component.
Okay, Eldest is better. That's fine. And she walks away.
Don't insult someone like that.
Kendra just kind of glowers at him with mild dissatisfaction.
If you had a dragon scale, I could do it, but I can't.
Mr. Lazare,
I hit myself with my wand, and I light the hearth with some dragon fire. Eat it.
Faiya goes over to Errol and goes, "Hey, remember when we had that talk about using that one for really, really awesome moments?"
Lazare snaps his fingers, and the fire disappears.
You said I should. Errol does not notice. You said I should use the beans for like super special awesome moments.
Also use the one for super special awesome moments.
Yeah. And also, this wand, it just never runs out. I can keep hitting stuff for as long as I want. Look, and I start, like, smacking the table with the wand.
No, Errol, no. It'll use up the charges.
Russell goes up, and I just want to... Mr. Lazare, I just wanted to say I do appreciate that you were at our trial the other day with your madam. I do appreciate it because I feel like, one more voice helped us get out of prison, and I'd just like to say hello. It's nice to make your acquaintance.
Lazare puts out his hand for a moment and then thinks better of it.
And I'm gonna take a step back, and I'm offended at that.
Girl walks up.
Oh my
It's like,
god.
hello, Mr. Lazare. My name is Dro Azalar. It is a pleasure to meet you. He's in like a fancy, he has a fancy red hat on and like a fancy vest. He's like all in like this like super not for adventuring attire right now, but he does have like a leather like armor suit underneath the cloak by the looks of it, by his outfit, and he also has a trench coat on. We got our Cyan team clothes, right? Or
Yes.
Yeah,
We're wearing cyan colors.
Yes. So he has he also has this like cyan, like super kind of flashy looking like blue trench coat on, but it's like so needlessly over the top, but like he's still wearing it.
Question: is it definitely nicer than my attire? If it is, Lazare instantly greets him with a handshake.
It's just I don't know. It's just cyan long coat. Other than that, he looks like a really loudly dressed musketeer.
He's probably pretty important then, so Lazare gives him a handshake.
The least important member of the party. Politics.
Hey, dress to impress.
As introductions are made, Alistan continues. By this time, I had expected my contact and friend in the southern swamps to send me word. As it transpires, however, she appears to have fallen afoul of unexpected foes.
Is that the cool lady with the mask thing? I pick up and a little flame comes out.
he nods at that and he gives a brief nod and says, "Indeed. The other one you encountered at your trial. It would appear that according to Lazare, I'll get into that.
That's all right.
It would appear that according to Lazare's testimony, their home was raided by lizard folk for reasons unknown.
That's stupid. Lizards are dumb. They pretend to be dragons, but they're really not.
Kind of just give Errol like a look.
Everyone just looks at Errol real quick and doesn't say anything.
She looks around. What?
Also, just an added counter question. Given my gladiator background, would lizard folk be something I've fought before, or would that just be because I'm completely new?
Lots. In fact, Russell, I'll say that you know and remember that the exotic sector champion when you were in the arena was in fact a lizard. In fact, a lizard man.
Okay, then I kind of look a little just nervous, but just next to Faiya.
Now, I do believe MVL was going finger up.
I got none of that except finger up.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was a pause. I was just imitating expression.
Did you want to say something? I think is the point.
No, he considered saying something and then thought better about it and sort of backed away a little bit behind the guy who's talking to you.
So, Mr. Alistan, do you want us to check on this lady and make sure she's all right, or?
It would be deeply appreciated.
Right.
This second time, I fear I cannot offer you much in the way of physical reward, but you may indeed learn foes you face, and you would be doing a personal favor to me. I would check myself, but the town is in rather a precarious position just now.
Well, you've done more than enough for us to help you out.
Can we keep any gold we find?
Sorry.
Of course, I would not expect you to hand it over when I have no reason to, and you would have rightfully earned it.
If I do this for you, are you going to take care of Aldous for me? He needs a lot of sleep and a lot of water and some of this weird cream that I made for him that I'm not sure what's inside.
Could Joe make like a medicine check on that, just like glancing at it?
Yeah, go for it.
Alright.
You know that it is leaf paste. Like from a common oak.
It's congealed with like leftover bacon fat that she stole from the kitchen, and there's some leaves in it, and there might be a little bit of a leftover bug that she may have missed while she was making the paste. but it smells kind of like, the tiger balm, the stuff that you put on your muscles. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Oh god.
And Alistair nods at that, and of course, the two of you have been more than helpful enough to me that it seems only right to give you that much.
Okay, I'll do it.
Lazare is
Let's go on.
kind of instinctively behind the chair now, sort of like.
And Alistair, not looking up, says, "These people will help you, Lazare. I called them here I called them here because you were in need of reinforcements, and in lieu of myself, I believe this group will do.
Well,
They are
Errol starts giggling.
well,
they are
Errol.
they definitely they look like adventurers, but I guess, and he sort of quietly comes in to Alistair. I guess I don't really know what adventurers look like. Oh, okay, yeah.
He just he chuckles slightly under his breath, although it's sort of a hollow sound given what's happened. Friend, and he stage whispers back, "They're a strange lot, but they're capable, and they mean
We
well."
can't hear you.
We're not supposed to listen to them, Errol. They're whispering.
Errol.
Oh, okay.
It's not how it works.
That one's not gonna kill me, right?
No,
It's okay.
No.
It's okay. I just learned something to deal with that. It's okay.
he straightens and says, to the rest of you, I'm personally familiar enough with Lazare to vouch that he will be a useful asset to your team on this mission should you choose to have him. You'll have to forgive certain comments he might make towards certain members of your party, but he means well, and in the end I don't believe he's truly sincere about any disrespect he may cause.
Wow, that
That's
is
all
very insensitive of you to say.
We'll probably beat some manners into him eventually.
Lazare goes back behind the chair.
I stare at Russell. I thought you were doing both things now.
You're right, Errol. I'll shoot some manners into him.
Okay.
Joe's like, guys, look, I can tell he's a little bit nervous, but I think we'll get along just.
Drow that's saying that.
Nervous? No,
Fire
no,
strikes.
no. I'm not nervous. No. I'm.
Can I roll an insight?
Do you need to?
Probably not.
Do I need to?
Probably not. You can tell it's he's putting on the front that a jobber would put on to look badass in a wrestling ring.
Oh my god.
Roman Reigns comes from the war and spears me.
All right.
Any help in finding my tutor would be greatly appreciated. It's really spiraled out of my control.
No problem.
Yeah, it'll actually be nostalgic beating up lizard people. Haven't done that in a long time. And she just turns around to the door. Well, I'm ready to go when you guys are.
Oh yes,
Okay, let's go.
I suppose
Oh,
we'll be killing things. Yes, yeah, I
Mr.
have some
Yeah.
spells for that. I'm sure.
No, Mr. Lazare, correct? Is that your name?
Yes.
Yes. Well, you see, I have a few things that you're a spellcaster with books, correct? You use books.
Yes, it takes years of study to attain the abilities
I
of a
have two-
wizard.
I have two books here. I couldn't really figure out how to use them, because I don't know, they're a little confusing to me, but I figured you might like them. So
yes.
So here you go.
Yeah, he collected 2 spell books.
He just pulls out 2 spell books just out of his bag, and you're like, wait, what?
Lazare doesn't touch them. He kind of puts his hands near them and kind of directs him to put them down onto the table.
Meanwhile, Errol is gonna go unpack so that she won't interrupt intense scenes.
I'm sorry. I'm a very cautious person. These kind of things can always be bad.
Yeah, he just opens up one of them like immediately. Well, you see here,
like an actual, like literal dive behind the chair at this point from Lazare.
Nothing bad. But one is sort of molded and like really edge aesthetic, black molded papers, like creepy designs on the front. The other is a spell book, like just leather bound with paper and writing.
Fucking pansy.
Mr. Lazare.
Hey, okay. Just a precaution. Because things can always be bad. I've read about this sort of thing. Just give me one moment. And he takes out the dagger from his belt, but turns it to the other side, so he's holding the blade. And very carefully comes in and just hits both of the books.
Your posture's all wrong. Your posture's all wrong. You need to he gets closer to you and he corrects your positioning with your arm, and he's like, yeah, you have to hold it like this if you're gonna defend yourself.
Oh boy, you're really close. Okay.
Excuse him, you have to get used to that.
Sir, please, ma'am.
Yeah.
Personal space. There's a bubble around me. A magic bubble. There's a magic bubble. Please stay out of the magic bubble.
Magic. Can you teach how do you cast that spell? Is that a?
Oh, it's a wizard thing. Okay, yeah, my spells don't work if you're inside the bubble. Yeah, sure. And then he takes the butt end of the dagger and hits both of the books.
Nothing happens.
Oh, okay. I can do something with these, but I need some time to do some more checks. It's gonna take a long time, so we might not want to do that here. It's gonna take a little while.
Can I tell what kind of dagger that is? Can I do an Arcana check to see what he just did?
It's a dagger of budget.
A budget?
What does that mean?
It's a normal dagger, and he just.
And also,
You just fucking.
I just hit the box.
Also, it's a pun. It's the budget, and also to budge it.
Yeah.
I see.
Oh man, the
All
pun went right over.
Just as planned.
I just figured since you can use these books effectively, because I don't seem to figure out how to use it, I figured you would like them. So
Okay.
you can.
It is much appreciated. Drew, my good friend who invades personal space. Much appreciated. But I'm just gonna go grab a little cloth, and I'm gonna wrap these up without touching them, and I'm gonna put them into my container right now.
Look,
And then I will...
dweeb, you fucking dweeb. Do you want those cleaned or something?
No. It is how mundane. No, it is not. It is not the cleanness of them that needs dealing with. But you see, magic items. I have heard many stories and read many tales that they are not all good. So you have to be incredibly careful.
Sherlock.
Would you,
I'm
Mr.
not
Lazare,
Sherlock.
would you like me to identify the books to see if there's magic spell? I mean, I can detect magic or identify if there's something wrong with them.
I was looking through them for a while and nothing bad happened to me. So
Oh, but perhaps more educated eyes should look through them, just in case.
I'm just gonna walk away. I'm just tired of this conversation.
Joe looks down. He's like, "Are you
I'm
saying
gonna
I'm
walk away
dumb?"
from that too.
Joe looks down and he's all sad and he's like, "Are you saying I'm dumb?"
There's a crash from Errol's room. A brief spout of flame comes out of the door. There's a little screech, splashes of water, and silence.
Errol!
I'm going to go make sure Errol didn't break everything.
Oh boy! Lazare takes another book, dark leather bound, but very, very, very badly beaten up. Like quite a cheap book, but he's probably had it for a long time. But it's got like a leather binding on it to lock it, and he just locks it with an actual lock and puts the key away and puts it back.
Errol is standing like a cat that was caught doing something bad on top of a scorched blanket that's like half rolled up next to her pack, and she just looks up at you like, I sneezed!
Oh, it's okay, Errol. Here, hold on. Here. Does anyone have, like, mending?
Meanwhile, you can just hear Fire from the other room going, oh, for fuck's sake, are we going or not?
Just a minute, Faiya.
I agree. Let's head out.
It's okay, I think this belonged to Alistan anyway. And she like puts it back on the bed and like turns it around so the scorched side is on the bottom.
Yeah, let's go. He's like, let's go.
As you
last for so long.
I'll say you shuffle Errol along, and you slowly file out.
Lazare waits until like everyone's out and just quickly leans in. You're quite sure? You're quite sure that they won't kill me? Just positive about that.
I'm absolutely certain of it, my boy. As I say, they are. Yeah, roll me insight.
Alright. I closed all my things. Alright. I'll just roll a d20 first and then add the modifier. Plus 5, so 11.
Okay, so that's enough to beat the DC 5. He's not lying when he says this, and he in fact goes on. As I say, they're an unusual bunch. But you wouldn't know to look at them. They've done this town more favors than I care to count. All in the space of 2 weeks, I might add.
Well, that's
with Diamond Lake as it is, they're the only help I would trust to give you.
Right. Okay. Thank you. They know where we're going, correct? They've all headed out. He sort of gathers up his things and
on you.
quickly makes his way to the door.
Oh wait, I forgot something. And I run back in, and Lazare can see. She just rushes up to the desk and slowly picks up a toilet paper roll, like a half-used one that she put there before. And like, without breaking eye contact with Alistan, she's just like, "Bye, Aldous. I'm going to save the world. Nothing happened to your bed. Bye."
And as you're leaving, Alistan actually does hand a few, saying, I'm not certain exactly what knowledge they have of the layout of the land. So if you would pass these over to them, it should set you on your way. He in fact hands over a map of the southern swamps, including Diamond Lake, the general area you're used to, and the two free city forts in the region, Marshwatch and Blackwater.
Much appreciated. Well, it's just as long as we save Marzana. Okay, off I go. Good. Jolly good.
Would I happen to have some sort of knowledge from beforehand due to my work?
Oh, you don't know the exact layout, but because they are military.
You cut out.
You do know of the two keeps because they're military installations.
Okay, and that's
Marshwatch and Blackwater.
Marsh and Blackwater. Okay.
So where are we going? What are we doing? We're saving people. Yes, I know. Which people are we saving? Oh, right, the The cool
Mask
woman with the
lady.
mask. Okay,
Yes.
that's cool. I liked her. We can save her.
Yes.
All right. Because Lazare's the last one to come out, Kendra attempts to trip him with her tail.
Okay.
What a bitch.
He's not expecting it. It just happens.
Well, okay.
He's got the map in
Okay,
his
fair
face
enough.
as well. He's probably looking at the map when he comes out.
And you land on the map.
Oh,
Oh no.
Oh, Lazare, are you okay?
No.
Ooh, that's a big piece of paper.
Yes. It's not muddy on the ground, is it?
No, not on the pathway.
Yeah.
Lucky you did not in the freshly cleaned up dirt all around the stone pathway.
Regardless, he gets up and prestidigitation cleans all of the dust away and any dirt he
Ooh,
had on himself.
fancy.
Oh, that's
Dweeb.
a neat spell.
Yes, it is. Okay, I have a map, and well, I guess I defer to your wisdom in this area. You are the
a map?
adventurers.
Are we going to the tombs again?
No, not again, Errol.
So it's another map.
Yes, it's a separate map.
Okay.
Oh, maybe.
I'm gonna climb onto Faiya's shoulders.
Do we need to make sure that we have supplies, y'all? I think I have a few rations, but how far are we going?
Yeah,
Should we
Lazare,
pick
how far
that
are we
up?
going?
Oh well, that's not really my area of expertise. It's away.
Well, you do know that it took you 3 days on a very slow horse through the rain.
Could I possibly take the map?
Yeah, absolutely. Anyone who wants to interpret it.
Okay, I think maybe I would know how to use it to be on my line of work. So like I hold out my hand and say,
Tentatively.
he hands it over. Okay. And I would like to, do a check or something, like how, if I can like gauge like the distance we need to go or where our stopping points would be, and basically make like a travel plan. Be like, okay,
Yeah.
kids, follow me.
So, what? Okay, the other DMs in the room can give me a yay or nay on this. What check would that be to interpret a map?
Survival, probably.
Survival,
Yeah.
investigation,
Yeah.
either
Me.
I
one.
think survival.
Survival
Yeah,
makes
I'll
the most
say-
sense.
I'll say
Survival.
survival.
Oh man, I wish I didn't. I wish I had a better modifier on that.
Sorry
I
guys, I
don't.
got distracted by a huge fuck off wasp bouncing against my window.
Okay, so
That's terrifying.
I can't read, but can I read maps? Because my survival is awesome.
You can You can. Oh, it's so hard to quantify in your case
You
because
tell
they
if you
aren't.
know.
Yeah, because the
I
thing
think
is,
you can
it's
read a
symbols,
map
but
just
you
with
have.
the-
It's
just with the
symbols.
I always know where I am, but I can't interpret maps.
Yeah, essentially,
Okay.
and you get the pictures and the symbols.
There's
So
a
you have-
mountain. I can see a mountain over there. That's where we're going.
All right,
But you have no sense of distance.
Wait, is that a mountain or a tree?
let me take a look at the map. Let me see.
Okay,
Nice.
so you successfully interpret the map. The area you're going to is in good weather conditions, about a day's travel south of Diamond Lake, and then curves up into a swamp.
Mhm.
And the suited stop along the way is an abandoned inn called the Shanty Rest. Long abandoned, but mostly still serviceable. Travelers in between Blackwater Keep and Diamond Lake typically stop there on their half.
Okay. Well, looks like
Well,
we're
I
going.
have enough rations then.
Yeah, I think we could. We have plenty of things to take care of ourselves in the meantime.
Do we
And
all
let's
ride on
see.
Bessie?
I don't
Well,
think that's a
Errol, You
possibility.
could ride on Bessie if
I'll
you'd like.
walk.
Fire looks up. You're already riding on me.
But you could ride on Bessie, and then it would be like a pyramid.
Pyramid.
I mean, we
I-
have 2 horses here. Could we rent a carriage?
I had a horse,
is
right?
I want to...
Yes, you you procured one of the draft horses from Blackwater.
Okay, I find my way
So-
to that.
So Meg and Russell and Faiya can be on Applejack, and Dro and Kendra and Lazare can be on the other one.
Wait,
And
who the fuck's
I
Meg?
will.
Who's Meg?
Oh shit, Sylaris. I'm so sorry.
Again,
Wow.
I'll just
Wow.
I like to take a step back. And like, that's not my name.
Bro,
I'm sorry. You
Our
always remind me. You always remind me of a really cool person, and her name was right, Meg.
This is a wizard horse. You have to be a wizard to use it.
Kendra looks over at
Insight.
him.
Insight
which
check.
horse is better? Which horse looks nicer of our 2 draft horses?
The one that Lazare came in
Oh
on is
no, I got no chance.
Well, like, I look
Yeah.
at him like that's bullshit, but don't
Yeah,
say
pretty much all of you know that.
Plus
But
6, but still.
Yeah, so I'll say that in that case, Dro knows. Yeah, he's bullshitting in space.
anything. Right. Well, let's just how about
And I
we-
will say that.
Okay, rolling insight for Kendra. Let's see, that is. Boop, boop, boop.
I should
13.
explain for the viewers the reason why Kendra's not using 3D dice is because the first session she joined, she had such terrible rolls, she's just convinced it's cursed. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why
So
you
I'm
need.
using physical dice.
That's why you need a
Yeah.
wizard to check these things.
So you know that, but also I will say that whoever proposed the idea, you a
Sorry,
lot
you're
less.
cutting out. You're cutting out.
Okay.
Again.
Whoever proposed the carriage idea, that is a do. It would cost you a lot less because you don't have to horses.
Yeah. So, like, how much do you think? How much do you think we could spend to get the carriage?
We can ask the cabbage guy. He really likes us now.
Yes, that is true. Let's go with the cabbage guy.
I'm gonna look over at Lazare as we go. I'm like, Mr. Lazare, you remind me of this noble I lived with once. He was a wizard too.
I see.
Inside check on Russell.
Oh, Russell's not.
Yeah, I kind of want to see if she's like trying to like backhand me, like insult him.
What do I do? What do I roll?
it's either deception if you're trying to trick him, or persuasion if you're just trying to
There's an
catch him
optional
back.
rule for for an innuendo, which is deception versus insight.
Okay.
Yeah.
She seems
So
perfectly
I'd say
fine.
deception.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't mean to click twice. The first one.
Yeah, so 15. It's your comment is pretty easily seen through by those roll-ins.
Russell is very irritated by our new companion,
Now, Russell,
But
let's look
she's-
for a cart.
but she's being genuine that he reminds her of a noble that was a wizard that she lived with once.
Noble's a good person.
Joe, like,
Errol's gonna drag Russell away, going to look for a cart.
Joe's gonna
Wait,
step
while
into
still on my shoulders.
No, I'll crouch gamble down again. Actually, no, I'll
Okay.
hop.
Joe's gonna go with them just to make sure they get a good deal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, also you have our money.
I also have the money, so.
I'm gonna take Bessie because I'm not gonna leave her while we're going. I'm gonna put Errol on top of Bessie. That's cute.
I think we're all going, aren't we? That's...
Are we
Yeah.
all going? I don't know.
I think you're all setting off into town. Unless there is anything anyone wants to say or
The one last thing I would do very quickly is I would start walking back to towards Lazare. I then just kind of Lazare, sorry.
It's
walk back
Lazare!
towards
Hey!
Oh god. I walk towards Lazare and I just get on a mutter, sort of, that magical trick you did earlier, that can change colours, right?
Well, I could do a lot of different things, but I thought I would just, have a look at those books while you guys are doing your adventuring thing.
Yeah. I get it. Just listen here. And she points towards Errol that's running off. You want to get on her good side? Try making her golden. Don't know why she likes that. And then I just walk off.
So Lazare will just be at the back of the group. He's gonna not be involved in the purchasing, but he will spend the time to identify those books just to make sure they're not cursed. He will take out a little pearl and run it across the book as he slowly deciphers it.
Yeah. Okay. So you identify them as run-of-the-mill spell books, and
Yeah.
what?
In fairness, DM in me knows that if they were cursed, Identify wouldn't reveal that anyway. But Lazare doesn't know that. So
you also decipher the spells in the books, which are as listed previously. Acid Splash, Firebolt, Resistance in the mundane-looking one. Colors plus Color Spray Detect Magic, Mage Arm, Sleep, and from the ugly Edgelord book, you identify Chill Touch, Mage Hand, Ray of Frost, Mage Armor, Magic Missile, Gentle Repose, Ray of Enfeeblement, Fear, Stinking Cloud, and Vampiric Touch. It belonged to a Necromancer.
Okay, when I get some time, I will prepare Sleep in place of Magic Missile. The cantrips I would need to use as an action, looking at the book to do, so I will not use those.
All right. And as for the rest of you, because your cabbage guy does not have a cart that he's
willing to
fill.
Yeah, but he does point you to sort of a what's the term? Is it a wheelwright, a cartwright? It's a cartwright. He points you to one of those, and you can in fact rent a cart for I'll say 3 gold per day.
Oh,
Per day?
Per day?
Yeah.
All right, let's
Damn,
see.
these farmers been rolling in it.
Do you have enough money for that?
This guy's not a farmer. This guy who offers a handy service.
Oh, okay, but it's like a proper cart with it's not like just a farm wagon basically. It has a roof and everything.
It's like
Yeah,
a
it
deluxe
has a-
RV.
So how long
okay,
is our estimated travel time? Like going
days.
there and back? 3 days?
That was in poor weather. With good weather, you should be able to spend the rest of the day traveling, then make it to Blackwater in about half a day after that, so a day and a half.
Can
I'm gonna
everyone
rent the cart for
besides-
4 days, just in case.
Okay, that will be 12 gold.
Yep. All right. I will do that.
Can everybody fit? I mean, I know we have 2 horses, and Errol can sit with me if she wants, but can everyone fit in that cart?
Oh, it's a pretty sizable cart. Like more of a Calistoga wagon than a farm cart.
And I mean, we can walk next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
mainly just for convenience.
going to take a look at that cart, and I'm gonna say, how fast do you think we'll be walking, guys? Like, what's
Okay, just rules wise, I think the draft horse pulling a cart is 40 feet,
Yes.
whereas
So it's gonna
a
be
regular human is 30 feet.
30 feet. So
If
We'll
you
be
like,
trailing it
wanna
just
get
a
in the
little.
cart.
if you like power walk, just we're not going to be consistently in the cart.
yeah.
But if you
Okay.
power walk for a little bit to stretch your legs, we can always take shifts, etc.
that's
Just
gonna
rules
be
wise.
like my thing, where I say, I'd rather be on guard or be riding on a horse if it's okay with everyone else.
I
I'm
will
pretty much
sit
refuse to
on
do
You
that.
can take my horse, Sylaris. I can walk next to you, and we can take turns on the horse. I don't want to be in the carriage.
Okay, thank you, Russell. Sounds good.
Joe volunteers. I could be at the front of the carriage and, take shots when necessary. He cocks his gun.
Look, y'all, I'm gonna nap again in the back.
That is very
That's
interesting.
very Kendra.
She's got the
Oh yeah,
best idea.
Lazare, Lazare, right?
Lazare,
Sorry. You
hey!
see Joe pull out his gun. He pulls out his gun, and you're like, "What the fuck is that?"
That guns
Yes.
aren't a thing, are they?
Very interesting.
not too common. Yeah.
What? Sorry, sir. What is that?
It is called a gun. I custom built it myself. Well, I have another one. He pulls out the Crepitus, the shotgun.
I see, and... I mean, what does it do?
It fires a projectile, like, he pulls out a bullet. It fires this projectile at very high speeds towards the target.
We are already moving.
But,
Yes.
so...
We're moving. We're
so-
moving
so
along. This is
better
happening
than
on the trip.
better than a crossbow?
Yes, much better.
A
And
lot louder though.
a lot louder, though.
Oh, okay. But that's still... I mean, you made that? That's
Yes.
very impressive.
Yes, very.
I...
It still kind of breaks every once in a while, so I'm still working on the kinks. But I think it works pretty good so far.
Interesting. Huh. I wonder if you could fire spells or something like that.
That's what I was saying.
In fact,
What would that even be? Some kind of gun mage?
Gun.
It's
Joe-
it's a
Joe
crazy
Has like
it's a crazy
Joe has
idea.
a
Forget
far
I said it.
distance.
Forget I said it.
Joe has like a far off, like distant stare. He's like, I've never thought about that name.
in fact, Lazare, I would like to point out that when it's easy to see, just sort of casually looking at it, it's no check. You notice sigils like on the firing mechanism and the barrel, and they're arcane of nature, even though it doesn't seem like the gun itself is enchanted per se.
Interesting. Interesting. You know, I could probably I see you have some symbols on that. I could probably enchant that for you.
Joe like gets really close to you. Are you saying you can make it better?
So, okay. None of it will work unless you're. Woo! Scoot.
Oh yeah, right. He gets back like a little bit too far.
Okay. Bring it in a bit. This is a good distance. This is a good distance. Okay. Oh boy. How long is this gonna be? Okay. It will take a very long time though, and it would take a fair bit of coinage, I'm afraid.
Oh yeah, no problem.
But you know, it's entirely possible.
Yes.
I mean, I've done it.
Yeah.
I've done it before to things like to cloaks and boots. I'm sure I could augment, as I did a weapon, a firearm as you describe it.
Yes. You see, what I wanted to do is like fire like elemental bullets, if that makes sense.
Oh, that would be badass.
Yes,
I
it'd be
mean-
awesome.
I mean, I could enhance it so it would be more effective against things perhaps more resistant to mundane attacks. See, as a spellcaster, I don't need to worry about things resistant to common weapons. But I could certainly deliver that option. But it would take, I believe, around 4 weeks of work.
I'm gonna. Russell walks up beside his horse.
I could probably
like-
do it sooner, but I'd have to work all day, every day.
Yes, I see. Well, I think for now we can wait until we have more downtime, so to speak, before we discuss more.
Just food for thought, my handsy friend.
Yes.
Pansy.
He like gives you like he's gonna start patting you on the back, but he's like, oh wait, right.
Russell wanted to say something.
He's too much.
Yes. What's Russell going to do?
I think she's frozen.
Oh no,
She
stop!
goes,
No, come back.
the internet's gone.
Lazare looks around for an evil wizard.
Just have the tabaxi frozen in place.
They
that
told me it
work.
would be dangerous.
Who did this?
No!
Oh yeah.
Oh no!
Oh, she's just gone. All right.
She dropped. Oh, she's back.
We're back on Discord. Hello.
Hey,
Live, everybody.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Back in the game.
It's not a D&D show without technical difficulties.
oh, don't
We can have
we
this as
know
a
it?
replacement for now.
Oh no, she's gone again. Okay, well then,
This is not so bad compared to what we've had before. Touch wood.
Oh.
Like...
True.
oh no,
I
these
would,
shelves aren't real wood. Ah.
Peggy,
Oh shoot, man.
I'm
So-
sorry about that.
No worries.
Cool.
Welcome back. So you were saying something, Storm?
Yeah.
Oh, I just wanted to ask Mr. Lazare, is it possible to teach someone how to enchant items? I do know magic myself, and I have been actually interested in things of that nature. Is it something you can teach other people?
I see. Tell me, what school of magic do you dedicate yourself to?
Oh,
Naturally.
it just kind of happens naturally.
Oh, I see.
I just can kind of do it.
Well, that must be nice to just naturally have magic and not study for years and years and years, perfecting
Well,
the
actually,
arts
sir,
and toil.
I did study for years and years. I have actually been studying books, and like I said, I lived with a wizard, but it just, I guess I just can do it naturally.
Well,
Without the focus.
if I learnt to do it,
With the
I
focus,
imagine
sorry.
anyone can learn to do it. And I have, since my position has been elevated at Magepoint Academy, been teaching. So, sure, it's possible. Like the enchantment, it would take a long time, but it's definitely
Right, but I would
doable.
certainly
mean-
appreciate it to maybe just watch and see if I can pick it up.
Spells of a certain nature are easier to attain than others, but the cantrips, the at-will spells, take an incredibly long time to master. They're very subtle in their nuances, but certainly I could try if you were interested.
Well,
At this
I
point-
appreciate it.
At this point, Faiya, just sort of without prompting, kind of just plonks right next to you beside the card and goes, "Yeah, I'm actually interested. I mean, you say anyone can learn, alright?"
Oh boy. Yes.
I mean, yes, I also want to learn how to use magic.
Oh, well, this is a pleasant surprise, because I would prefer a more academic role, if I'm being entirely honest. Yes, I'm sure.
Question.
Yes, you in the front.
Yes. Well, you see, I lived somewhere near Magepoint, and I know you learned all about like magic and everything, and you all those different schools and everything. But which school did you end up learning?
My speciality has been with evocation. The ability to manipulate the elements themselves at my will. But I am a particular focus in arcana and the study of magic as a whole. So my ability to decipher items at a glance is more potent than your average wizard.
Ooh.
But
That's handy.
I assure you that I wasn't highborn into this position. It took a long time.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It took me a very long time before I came up with this. And he holds out the gun.
Oh, point that in the other direction, thank you.
Oh, I was.
Are we having this conversation while we're
Yeah,
Yes,
we're on
yeah.
the trail right
running on
now.
the path on the trail?
Yeah.
And I'll say that the sort of rundown generic grass and dustland terrain of Diamond Lake does in fact give way to the lusher, darker, and in fact smellier terrain of a swamp as you go further south.
Errol has been quietly on the roof.
That's
All right, and because you are in fact traveling.
Lazare
Certain,
will create the scent of roses to kind of cover the smell around himself. He'll just prestidigitation, just a little bit of a nicer scent.
Joe picks up. Errol, are you alright?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Uh-huh.
What's going on?
It smells.
Lazare quietly dissipates and cancels the spell.
I'll be walking beside the caravan, but I'll be kind of getting stuck in mud.
Solaris, do you want to get in the cart? I don't think you should be walking all the time.
I'll eye the cart.
You can relax a little bit. You're always too worked up.
Okay, I'll try to sit in the front of the cart, still have like a lookout.
Yeah, you
It'd
can.
probably do good for your armor to not be quite so shiny, but
You know, I've never really required to travel distances like this, but I have been working on a way to do it a little bit faster, almost without touching the ground entirely.
Like teleportation?
That I can already do to a certain extent.
Ah!
But
Joe looks
I'll,
super excited.
I'll pay attention
when he
a
does
little
that,
bit,
Lazare
turn my head
disappears
a
in a
bit.
puff of purple smoke and appears right next to him, but behind him. Like
Ah!
this!
Did you just teleport behind me?
Yes.
Father goes, so are you saying you could have fucking teleported us all the way to the castle without having to spend all that gold on this card?
Oh, no. That teleportation of that ability, creating some sort of... Oh, it's so beyond me. Some sort of dimensional door, if you will. That is very advanced magic and very dangerous magic. There's a lot that can go wrong. I've seen people appear inside of objects doing that sort of thing. You shouldn't tamper with it at all if you're not trained. I mean, certainly if there was a scroll, I could attempt it, but at my current level of knowledge, it would be very dangerous.
Yes, of course.
And as you're doing the traveling, I am required to make a roll on the travel chart. So, Discord notifications go away. Oh, roll 20's frozen 2 seconds.
All right.
You
No
told me
worries.
that out too. What
So
did you require?
what kind of travel roll do you need from
Like,
us?
Nah, he's gonna roll
D1.
for a random.
Well,
Never
it's
mind.
D100. You can do that for me because whatever you use, I'll apply it while.
All right, I'll
Watching
roll
you
it for
work it.
you real quick.
Thank
Okay.
you.
We got a 61.
Okay.
So close to 69.
No worries on this one. You halfling farmers on the way, and just sort of peddling their vegetables to Diamond Lake for selling, as you do. They if you had been traveling sort of more as a more on foot as an obviously armed group, they would have looked a little more worried. But you're civilized, so they just
Could
they
we
just
could we communicate with them to purchase some wares? Like, I have no fresh fruit or vegetables on myself.
yeah, I'll say that you can do that.
Yeah, I will. What is the asking price? Lazare comes out looking like a complete out of towner, as it were.
Because it's hilarious. You end up
You
Because,
got it.
It's
You-
unspeakable.
That one.
you end up coming out to negotiate very squeaky Southerner, and their asking price is it varies on vegetable. Mostly they sell like root stuff like beets and radishes because it survives everywhere, and
Yeah.
for like a pound of radishes you can get it for 3 copper.
Do they have anything closer
Does-
to like fresher, like fruit? Do they have any of that, or is it just vegetables?
I'll say what grows
Like,
well
I
in
would
a
go
swamp.
for a carrot if they could do that.
Yeah, there are definitely carrots.
Yeah, I will.
well, Russell would like to buy some carrots too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you looking?
What's their asking price for those?
Through 3 GP for a small bunch of carrots. It's about a pound.
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay. Can I
I'm gonna buy
attempt
that.
to
Oh
haggle?
no, through GP. Sorry, CP.
Yeah, I
not
was
GP.
gonna say.
Alright,
Whoa.
Yeah,
Question,
these are
Dungeon-
very good fruits.
question, Sven. Do they happen to have any lavender, peppermint, cinnamon, pepper flakes, or lemon?
They have.
You know why.
Yeah, I'll say no, but they have tea leaves.
Oh, okay. I'll buy a few of those.
Um,
okay.
Would Dro and like Sylaris be kind of sharing food and stuff?
Probably. We probably have like a food. Like I mean, everything in the haversack is like I'm willing to share with everyone in the party, and we have a bunch of rations in the haversack. So
3 CP apiece for the 2 bunches of carrots and for the pound of tea.
3 CP. Okay. I can burn some of our global CP in the bag because we have 1,900 CP. So.
Well, then, Rohan, can I have some carrots too for little Bessie over here?
Yeah, sure thing. I'll say we buy 10 CP worth of carrots. Does that seem reasonable?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
For Lazare's exchange, to avoid direct communication, he will actually mage hand, so spectrally floating his currency towards them, and then the carrots back to himself.
All right, you do that.
Joe is like, that is so cool.
Mr. Stark doesn't like people handing him things.
Yeah.
And then he will prestidigitation the carrot to taste like a much better carrot.
They were already pretty good carrots, but man, you make them excellent. Joke is too difficult to resist. I'll say that that another primary thing they sell is in fact potatoes.
I'm buying potatoes.
All
This
right.
is riveting D&D stuff.
June
Did
potato.
you mash him, put him in a stew? Come on.
Potato.
I will also buy some potatoes.
Make it
That-
fucking 2 potato, Dro.
That sounds a lot nicer than what I was gonna have.
Right, how much per potato? How many copper?
Well, these is even the carrots were your average.
You're cutting
Lovingly
out.
farmed potato. Okay, I'll go again. Even though the carrots look sort of average, these potatoes are lovingly farmed potatoes. So they're a good pound a piece.
Okay.
So, I'll say that because the poundage has been about the same, it's 3 CP per pound of potato. So per
All right.
potato.
Hang on while I Google what the fuck pounds are in kilograms.
Oh yeah. I understand completely.
Right. You're not American.
Yeah. Why haven't we switched to metric? I don't
Why
understand.
haven't you?
I don't know. All right. So we'll buy. I'll say 4 pounds of potatoes because potatoes are great.
Also, big party.
Yeah. We also have a lot of people, so that's
Potato.
12, right? So let me do math.
Hot potato, hot potato.
50.
And like I say, they are.
Potato. Hot potato, hot potato.
You realize none of us have cooking gear.
Potato, potato, potato.
What's sad is I know that song.
Can anyone cook? Can none of us actually know how to cook stuff?
I
You
mean,
can use like a helmet to make a pot.
let me wait. Hold on. I maybe
No.
drove. Maybe there's something in the haversack. I might have picked up a pot at some point. I don't remember.
I think adventuring packs come with cook pots.
Yeah.
Why
I
don't we just
believe
roast
they
them
do.
over a fire?
There might be
Yeah.
there also might be one at any stop point we come
Get
across.
some
Sometimes they have like
medieval.
Yeah.
Get
You
some
are-
medieval. What's the foil called? Like the
Tinfoil?
tinfoil? Yeah.
This
Medieval
could be
tinfoil.
like Breath of the Wild, where they just have pots all over the world for no reason.
I mean,
We still have a plate. We still have Nigel's plate.
Yeah, we still have.
oh God, you do. And I will say that you are being cooking, cooking supplies there is relatively high.
Okay.
And yeah, and I'll say also, Dro, you still have the cabbage you.
Oh yeah, I still have that cabbage I bought.
3 days old cabbage. Great.
Okay.
No, it's in the
It's
haversack.
probably
fine.
still fine.
It's still fine. It's in the haversack.
I can definitely make it taste edible.
We're
It's
set.
fine.
Nothing bad is gonna happen to us ever.
Don't clerics have like cure food or something? I don't know.
Purify food and drink.
Purify food and water.
I mean, if you want to count on the fact that Errol thought ahead, let's underline the thought
I think-
in that
Yeah.
sentence.
yeah.
I think Paladins can learn it, but that would have Sylaris ever thought of that. But
Yeah.
Can I do what?
I think you could learn
Never mind,
purify food and
I don't
drink.
think-
I don't know.
Oh,
pretty sure-
yeah.
Pretty sure Sven is not gonna make us poison ourselves with our own cooking.
Don't be
you
so sure.
you can certainly add the
I mean, Joe
but it will have
Oh my
will.
God.
Joe
And this is
basically
why
created a
Age of
poison.
Worms is Age of Worms is the most feared campaign. You eat a potato, you die.
Yeah.
Really quickly, before these halflings go on their way, is there vegetable or fruits?
Joe's good with what he bought.
All right.
I'll see if there's I want to check if there's any apples.
Okay. And I noticed MVL doing a thinking.
MVL's always thinking.
Okay. So apples, those are those are sort of things. Nice.
Totally cut out so much there.
I fucking hate my connection. Apple's more of a northern thing, so
Okay, so no apples.
no.
Okay, I'll be a little disappointed, but whatever.
Maybe some oranges though.
You know what, orange?
Orange?
Nah, I'm good.
Nah.
You are in the south.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, we lost a storm.
No, not
I'm
again.
still here.
Oh.
I'm just
Okay.
Yeah, you're just not on
Right.
roll 20.
yeah. My internet's real bad right now.
All right,
But I'm
Lord.
I relate.
Be theater of the
So-
mind for now.
Also, Sven, should we be on a new map? Or
I didn't make a world over yet, so not quite. I will say though that you've had your daily encounter. Make it to the shanty rest as advertised. Sort of rundown, but also cared for by the people who stopped there. It's a serviceable place to stay, and Lazare, it's actually sort of a familiar sight to you because you weren't gonna sleep in the rain.
Yes,
So-
that is true. Although I had the ability to not sleep in the rain outside either. But alas.
Fair point. This place is equipped with beds, though.
Yeah. Regardless, if we head straight to the rooms, I will go about and do what I just alluded to.
All right.
So in which case, when Lazare gets to his room, he pretty much starts to almost like mime a shape around himself for quite a while. A 10-foot radius around himself, whilst holding a small crystal bead, making some incantations. Eventually, you get a solid color dome appear, and he just steps inside.
Ooh.
Tiny hut. Tiny hut.
is this like big or what's it? The mansion spell, but it's like a tiny version of it.
It's my
Yes.
level version.
Ah, okay.
Weenie Hut Jr.
We are juniors.
Okay. So you do that, Lazare. You're all settled in the cook pots and a quaint little stove behind what used to be a bar. What would you all like to do to settle in for the night?
Is there any liquor behind the bar?
Roll me investigation.
Boop, boop, boop. That is 17.
you would find
And he's
sort of-
silent.
We don't find anything.
you do in fact find an unintentionally nicely aged bottle of whiskey.
Oh, yeah, Faiya, you want to fucking down this with me?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Whilst I'm in my bubble
Can-
that nobody can
can
get
Russell-
into, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I feel like this is a good place to take.
Oh yeah, do you guys want to
Yes,
take a quick
I'll
break?
take a break, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Guys.
that's a
Yes,
good plan.
yes.
We
I
are
need
gonna
beverages
take a
and
real quick
not
break.
candy food.
Everybody, we will be right back. Stick with us until then. Enjoy the music and the art, and we will be right back. And we're back.
All right.
We are currently in an abandoned inn, guys. What do you want to do?
Yeah, when last we left off, our group was contemplating potatoes, except
Got none of that.
you cut off,
All
I'm
of
guessing
that
that's Fire and
Something.
I'm guessing everyone's contemplating potatoes apart from Fire and Kendra, who are taking turns slipping out of a bottle of whiskey.
that
No,
and what-
Russell's looking for danger. She's making sure there's no shifty people. And
Yeah. You roll me perception in the meantime. What I said. So annoyed
Errol's
with the
gonna
webcam.
Errol's gonna tag along behind Russell, just so you know.
And
Okay.
I would like to be doing something similar, but on it, like separated. Doing
All right.
On the opposite end of the perimeter check.
So Russell, you notice nobody because you. Actually, no, it would
I-
be the 20.
yeah,
So,
I didn't mean to do disadvantage.
you still notice nothing. It's relatively safe tonight.
I got
And what I was gonna say, I'm so tremendously annoyed that my changing my microphone from the webcam did not fix the cutting issue.
Don't worry about it, dude.
It also sounds the same, like the.
You might have to reopen Discord because sometimes it doesn't save.
The thing is,
Discord's finicky.
the thing is, this has been doing it to me for like 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
That's rude.
So
But yeah,
Well,
another time.
Lazare will be in his private bubble, which is warm and dry, and he will just be looking over those spell books.
You have the
Okay.
bubble inside the inn or outside the inn?
It's inside the inn,
Inside.
in my room.
Cool. Alright.
all right.
Okay.
And I take it people are just gonna
One thing.
Titanic potatoes that you got.
There's one thing I might do later, but probably I'm probably aim to do it when everyone's just sort of going up to their rooms quietly and just before going to bed. So if anyone wants to do anything first,
I'm just
Nope,
just
just
munching
do-
away on my rations.
Just
Okay.
I'll go to bed.
yeah, actually, when I notice Russell's heading off to bed before everyone else, Faiya just sort of kind of sneaks off to just try and talk to Russell one-on-one, and then goes, "Say, Russell, I know I'm not usually good at this whole social thing, but are you okay? You seem kind of on edge today."
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. I just, I'm normally not rude to people. Politeness, manners, it's very important to me, and I really don't like being looked down on. And I guess I'm not the biggest fan of our new companion, but he seems well enough, I guess. He was kind of nice about the enchanting stuff. I didn't mean to cause trouble. It just, he does remind me of someone I used to know, and I just kind of rubs me wrong. I'm sorry, Faiya.
Nah, it's fine. I mean, I can't really help that sort of thing. I mean, honestly, it doesn't kind of bother me just because, it's hard to take someone up a bit seriously when they're scared of Drow. I mean, seriously, did you see him? He was flinching and moving away from him. Drow.
Well, he seemed more like he was not afraid of him, but that he thought we were gross. I don't know. He wouldn't shake our hands, and he was he gave some stink eyes to poor little Errol, and I know that sometimes happens, but I kind of judge people on that, so.
Well, honestly, that kind of thing just rolls off. I mean, 18 years of having to put up with that from my parents, you kind of get used to that. It's more when you don't have any control and people fell to staring down upon you and then start to rub me, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. We'll see how he works in battle, and, it's a job.
Yeah. I mean, he's on our side, so I'll take that much, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah,
Plus, we
but
can
it's no
always show them.
problem.
Yeah, Plus, we can always show him up and battle the enemy. I mean, we actually fought in a real full living. This guy doesn't look like he's been on the road for what 5 days?
That's very true.
All right. Well, it's still fine. Nah.
Yeah, bye. Night.
I love how you're all just roasting him while he's in the tiny hut in the.
We don't know if that's noise penetrate. Oh God, my German is just getting in the way of everything tonight.
If I can hear out, you can't hear in.
Okay, good to know. Well, we don't know it.
Yeah,
so.
you don't know that, but for clarification.
I would assume that me and Faiya talked in a corner.
Yeah, I'm upstairs or wherever the rooms are, so I ain't hearing this, and I'm reading my book as well. So.
Joe would like to head to Lazare's room.
This is exactly why I put the bubble up.
It's my literal bubble now. Yeah.
Yeah. So Joe knocks on the door, seeing if there's an answer.
No response.
Joe tries to open the door.
It's not locked.
It's not?
No.
He opens it, and
I mean, it's a broken down inn. They're probably
that's
not
true.
locks
They're probably
anymore.
not any locks anyway.
There is a coloured bubble, purple, in the middle of the room. Like, takes up a lot of the room, goes over the bed, pretty much close to the door.
Joe, pokes it.
Poke it. Your finger doesn't go through.
Ah. This is fascinating.
It is, isn't it?
What?
My head comes through the bubble right in front of him. I have extended my mage bubble just to be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Good day.
Wait, okay. Well, I was just wondering if you got any food, so, I was just going to bring you some potatoes, but if you don't want any, that's okay.
Head comes through again. Cooked potatoes?
Yeah, they're baked.
That would be lovely, thank you.
Yes. And he hands you a baked potato.
Hand comes through.
It's still hot. It's still hot. That's why you wear gloves.
Thank you.
The amazing yelping. The amazing yelping sphere.
Echo otherworldly.
Alright, if you need any of us, we'll be around. So.
Thank you. I'm safer in here.
Okay. What a weird guy.
Is there
The door closes itself behind you.
Is there a hearth downstairs or a central kind of? Okay.
Yeah, just sort of a like a fireplace behind the bar, cooked many moons ago.
Okay. Errol is gonna stick one of her candy apples onto something like a dagger or something, and she's gonna not candy apples like the Kareska apples, the blue ones, and she's gonna try and roast it over the fire and then forget herself and burn it and just
Okay, I'll say this because with skins tend to do this, because you just plonked it on a stick, stuck it in there. There's a minor explosion of burnt apple juice right at the end, and then it just chars into a husk.
Oh no! I'm going
I'll just dump it in the fire.
Yeah, I'll say Joe cooked about a pound of the potatoes for tonight. So
I'm going to. Well, what's the situation with the cart right now? Where is it parked?
There's sort of a lean-to situation going on outside where one can hitch horses, stable carts, etc.
Totally forgot about that. I could have done something about that. I could have protected it.
Whoops. Well, I'm gonna be kind of camping out by it a little bit and have a fire beside it and just looking after the horses.
Joe's gonna hang out with Sylaris.
Yeah, Errol's also gonna join.
Can I have a room that can see out to where they are, through a window? I could see them. if I need to.
Yeah, I'll say you can get a room facing the front of the inn, like the outside of it.
I'm gonna wave to them. Good night. Night, guys.
Good night, Russell.
Good night.
Not.
Errol's just gonna poke the fire with a stick.
I'm gonna hold my hands out to be warm. I'm probably like not fully in armor anymore. I'm just trying to get the humidity off from my armor. Just trying to
So,
warm
Errol,
up a bit.
what do you think of Lazare?
Huh?
What do you think of Lazare, the new guy?
I don't know. Poke, poke, poke.
I just wanted to know what your opinion of him was.
I mean, he hasn't talked to me a lot, so I can't really say.
There's
Next.
no alarm bells. Seems
Huh?
no alarm
No.
bells. Seem pretty cool.
No, he doesn't seem as smart as Aldous, but nobody's as smart as Aldous, so that's fine.
Got a point.
Yeah.
I miss Aldous.
It's
We'll
okay.
See him again.
We'll go see him real soon.
I know, but we've been traveling together for so long, and now he's not here anymore, and I did something that got him really hurt, and maybe that's why he doesn't want to travel with me anymore.
No, Errol. We all made mistakes down there. And not all of us, we can't really correct some of them. However, we did the best we could, and hell, you and Aldous got out alive. We almost didn't. The rest of us did. And that made me happy that at least you got out.
Do you think he's gonna want to travel with me again at some point?
Of course he does. He's your friend, just like we are. He just needs some time to get better, okay?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Would you want a potato?
I'll eat another apple.
Okay.
if it, foil wrapped, it cooks.
Drew foil wraps it for me.
Now, with that going on, I would like to check in on vodka Auntie Kendra, or in this case, whiskey Auntie Kendra.
Oh, Kendra.
How's life going for you?
Swimming in whiskey.
Just getting drunk.
In fact, I'll go ahead and say, roll me 3 Constitution saves.
All right, Constitution saves.
Do I need to make a couple as well? Because I was
3.
drinking with her for a bit.
Yeah, actually 2,
Okay.
because you called
Alright.
off and.
Yeah, I called off to
All right.
Russell, but I did start drinking at the beginning. So.
All right, the first number is a nat 1.
Oh.
Okay, I can cut this story short for you right now. You are swimming in the sauce. And Faiya doesn't look like anything has happened to her at all.
Which is actually kind of a relief, otherwise the conversation might have gone completely differently, but...
So, super sauced Kendra, she is complaining quite loudly about that fucking dweeb Lazare. Who does that fucking dweeb think he is? Wizard bullshit magic asshole. I could have been a wizard.
I could have been a contender.
I was gonna be a wizard. Then the stupid fucking war and stupid fucking politics got me shit-assed and lost me an arm, and stupid fucker over there thinks everything's gonna be all clean and nice. Well, guess what? Life isn't clean and nice, you shit face. Fucking shit face.
As I imagine,
fucking.
this is somewhat deliberately loud enough for the upstairs to hear. Can I hear this?
Roll me per. Okay, you can hear out. So roll.
I can hear out.
perception.
Yeah.
Dro is covering Errol's ears.
That's if it is. I imagine it is deliberately loud enough.
It's the loudness of drunks.
Okay.
Oh no, we're causing some issues in the party dynamic.
That's only 10. That's only 10. Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's got his head down in his book because he's switching magic missile from his spell book to prepare sleep from one of the new spell books. So he's probably not paying attention.
Yeah, life's just going on for you.
Also, he burned his
Faiya's
hands.
just listening to
Shit
her
ass
ranting.
thinks he's better than us.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that fucker try and face me in a fight. It's not even my magic, and I could still probably fuck him up
Can Russell
12
come
weeks to
downstairs?
Sunday.
Can Russell come downstairs and be like, "Hey, Kendra, you wanna come? You wanna go to sleep? You wanna? Can I take you? Can I put you? I'm not propositioning you. I'm sorry for. Would you like to? I'm gonna pat her head. Like, would you like to calm down? Here's some water. I got a
Shit.
water skin.
Same fucking
Let's go to bed, okay,
bastard
Kendra?
ass.
Fire size, I'll help you out. Hold on.
You in fact hear a whisper as you're escorted gingerly to bed in your head of, now you know how I feel. Arcane bullshit.
Fuck up, Gurn. I wanted that arcane bullshit. I should have had his life.
I'm gonna pat her face with my fuzzy paw. I'm gonna be like, shh, it's okay.
You're being pet by a cat.
Watch the horns. They're barely on my head as it is.
Okay, I'm gonna pet the horns and be like, you're very pretty. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
She just face plants into the pillow.
And on that note, I would like to you all get sort of a troubled sleep because you are in the middle of nowhere. It's a swamp. It's a little disconcerting, but you wake up all in one piece the
Except
next
Kendra,
morning.
because she was too sauce to care.
Yeah,
We
still-
took watches, right? Apart from Kendra.
yes.
Dro definitely took a watch.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I was
So
probably-
Errol would too.
Yeah, same.
So the watches go uneventfully. It's sort of a disconcerting place because it's the middle of the swamp and it becomes more heavily forested as it goes on. So you get it's peak creepypasta setting basically, but
No.
Do we slay any Slender Man? Any Wendabagos?
No, my Game Boy game is haunted.
And drowned.
Do we hear any ominous 8-bit?
8-bit theme playing backwards.
With how drunk you are, Kendra, you may in fact hear that in your dreams. But you make it to the morning unscathed, still ill at ease by happenings and such in your surroundings. But you all wake up. Some of you with more of a headache than others, and you find that outside the drizzle that's been sort of passing over Diamond Lake and the surrounding areas the last few days has in fact returned. It is gray and dark outside.
Oh, that's not ominous.
What? It's just rain. Rain happens, bro.
It does happen.
I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna brush Bessie and I'm gonna take off my cloak and kind of put it around her head so then she's kind of protected.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Do we have a canopy of the cart? Like, is there like a little
Yeah.
canopy or something? Okay.
There's a
So
roof.
it's like,
Yeah,
it looks.
it's a
There's a
covered
roof.
wagon.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm not gonna be in that cart again today. I'm gonna probably
Joe's gonna sit at like. There's probably like a seat at the front for like people for like the horses, right? So like they
Yeah.
can I don't know what that little seat at the front of like most cars
bench
are called.
or
The bench.
something?
I call it the driver's seat.
Yeah, the driver's
pretty
seat.
much.
Joe's gonna sit up there and have Nachivus ready just in case anything happens.
Okay,
I'll probably be
and,
sitting too in the seat.
And I'll say just to sort of set everyone up for the continuing journey. Kendra, you're the last to wake up, and it's only because you get a just as the morning comes, a little whispering in your head. That's not Gurn. Just another voice saying, "Psst, wakey, wakey."
And then there's thundering at your door. Kendra, we're going to go now.
All right, Errol. Just fuck.
Kendra, we have coffee.
There's potato peels.
Okay.
We also have a
Okay.
little bit of coffee for you.
Well, now that's my talking. She kind of stumbles, kind of holding a palm in between her horns because her horns, they protrude out. So it's kind of just like right there. All right. So when someone
stare at her as she comes.
Drinking the
Errol's gonna
coffee
stare at her
and
as she comes down, and she's gonna like, spare the dying.
I'm not dying, Errol.
I touch you when there's a little flash of a spell. I spare the dying.
That's a cantrip, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And yeah, there is in fact a soon breakfast. You still have Kareska apples. You may turn blue.
Oh, does Kendra remember babbling all that last night?
Nope.
Nope. She does not know that she just divulged more of her backstory.
And me, I could have been a contender.
She's just happy there's coffee.
And last but not least, Mr. Lazare Bubble.
Yeah, Lazar would be up very early as is routine, and then he would, pretty much ensure the aesthetics of his facial hair to be exact point and perfect curls, and then he would make sure everything he has is pretty clean, and then he would depart. He's still on the travel rations, which he has a couple of days left, and then he tentatively makes his way downstairs, assuming we're upstairs.
Yeah, that's where the rooms would be.
Exactly.
we're all sitting outside waiting for him, staring
Yeah.
at him as we're drinking coffee. Like, hey.
Fine, just kind of just all bunches on the potato and goes, "Alright, wizard boy, how's life treating you?"
It's yeah. So let's get on with it, right?
Yeah,
You had a good
yeah.
night's
Now you're talking my language. I say just throw the remains of the potato over my shoulder and turning around.
Okay, so if y'all are getting on the road again, I have another D100 roll.
Kendra just throws herself in the back of the cart again.
Oh no. Oh.
And can we be checking for things like we're I'm on a horse, so I'm scanning. I'm like,
Yeah. Okay, and you are the first to notice the encounter. It's not so much an encounter as it is just a happening. Another small party emerges from the swamplands. What appears to be a relatively extravagantly dressed gnome, leading a cart escorted by six mercenary-looking dudes.
It's Scanlan Rasputin.
Maybe it is.
Maybe this is Rasputin.
Is this Rasputin?
And
Do we want
he-
to stop him and ask him?
the gnome calls over as the pass. Oh god, I have to do the squeaky voice. Hail, travelers! Going into the swamps, are you? Brave choice indeed.
Yes, hello. What's your name, good sir?
I can't believe you got this encounter early.
Oh.
Ah, yes.
Spoilers, man.
No, this is a reference you're not gonna get.
Ah.
But he responds, ah, yes. Happy to introduce myself. My name is Zozen Gunderlane Happyrock the Fourth.
All right.
Is this from Kyle's? Is this from Kyle's game?
Yeah.
Wait, Zozen Half-Sprock?
Yes.
Ben
The Fourth.
the Fourth. What, do I know the first?
Yes, you do.
I know the first.
You do indeed.
Would any of us know who he is?
No.
No, Kendra doesn't know who he
So-
is. I just know. Apparently, I know this character's predecessor from his a different campaign he and I ran.
Yeah, and
Just to kind of sum up what the group of here, he would introduce his name and you just hear Fire going, the fuck?
oh, well, hello there, Mr. Halfsprock. It's very nice to meet you. What are you doing out here in the swamp?
I'm sort of a, call it a sabbatical from my work in Melkor. Just seeing the sights, although the sights are rather hot.
Yes.
You never know the sort of things that townsfolk will buy, though. Speaking of which, could I happen to interest you in trinkets?
Yes, of course.
No.
This guy sells all sorts of interesting stuff, like
Does he have a mask of some sort?
he sells mechanical, like early steampunk watches, just all sorts of clockwork stuff. Fairly mundane, nothing magical.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I already have toilet paper.
Are there prosthetics?
I'll say that there are like he's able to point you to like a prototype for in this case it's a prosthetic leg, so it's not really, but it is sort of along those lines, but it's not enchanted to be mobile yet.
Would he have anything along the lines of a compass?
Yes, in fact probably 15 of them.
Excellent. What would he charge for such a device?
Silver piece.
A silver piece is an excellent deal. Hello, Zozen? Zozen, is it?
That it is, young man.
Yes.
And as you approach, you get his visage. A gnome approaching his elderly years, with long salt and pepper black hair and an exceptionally pointy beard, like down to his chest.
Down to his chest. Oh boy.
And he's wearing like the whole Third Doctor getup of a black suit with frilly
Frills.
cuffs.
Oh.
And a huge collared cape.
Oh mercy. Oh stop. Okay. Yeah, I have like beard envy and all kinds of envy right now. Oh wow. Yes. Well, I'm terrified about getting lost. See, so one of these little devices. I mean, previously I'd poured water into a cup and put a leaf in, but it's not as sophisticated as what you've got here. So I would be much obliged to purchase it.
Yes, indeed. Finest calibrated compasses. 1 silver piece, young man.
Well, that seems like a grand price for such a contraption, my friend. Hands it over.
Do you have anything that tells the time that I could put in my pocket?
He as he hands over the compass and just sort of gives Lazare the I know you're a wizard. Good luck on your travels, wink. And he turns to you, Drew, and says, "Ah, yes, stopwatch is my favorite." He directs you to a small red velvet lined display in his cart of wonders, just full of all sorts of like pewter, gold, copper, bronze, all sorts of metals and designs.
Yeah, he wants like a silver pocket watch, basically.
Easily done. In fact, as he's giving his spiel, he'll point you to one and say, "That now this one looks like it would fit your aesthetic, my boy."
Yes. Yes, how much would it be?
All things considered, they're more of a complicated process than the compasses you see. So, how does
Yes, of course.
5 silver pieces sound?
Oh, that is plenty. Yeah, he gives the 5 silver.
Hearing the price, Lazar also inquires for one, but he tries to look for one a little more fancy than what Dro just purchased.
Okay, he'll seeing that he'll point you to one sort of set with either. It's made of gold, set with like 3 white gemstones at the top. Either white gemstones or just things that are just like minor precious stones. And he'll say, "A man of fine tastes you are, man of my own heart." And he'll offer the watch to you and say, "I think perhaps 2 gold pieces for the extra flair."
Oh, most certainly, well worth paying.
So while the pretty boys try to outfop each other, great work, copyright Becca.
You're not wrong.
I want to go away with this guy. I want to go away with Zoran.
Errol would like to just kind of skim over to see if there's anything that looks dragony at all to her.
Yeah, in fact, you're in the Cart of Wonder.
To her.
Yeah, you'll notice that there's sort of a like a clockwork moving dragon statue. You know, like the bird statues that dip into water.
Oh, those automatons?
Yes.
Joe's gonna ask how much that would be. Joe's gonna ask how much that would be.
He
Was it moving? Is it magic?
He draws himself to his full height of and says, yes, one of my finest aesthetic creations. Copper, pewter, gold, the works. And to answer your question, little kobold miss, no, it's merely an automaton, although clockwork can hardly be considered merely anything. I think I would let this one
It's
go
a
for...
clock? How does it tell the time? Can it speak to?
No, but you've given me ideas. As for the selling price, I'd be willing to let it go for 10 gold pieces.
Done.
Okay. And I just grab a handful of my money and just dump it in front of him. That's 10, right?
I'll handle it. Errol.
Thank you.
No problem. He pays the 10 gold for Errol.
Oh.
Zozan, quick as a cat, accepts your payment with gusto and says, "Very enthusiastic, your little friend. I
Yes,
like
of
her."
course. Anything for her. He hands you the little dragon dippy thing.
Lazar's hearing the betting go above his coinage, so actually has to step away from the table. But he stays back in amazement of the trinkets on display.
It's a little dice holder too. That's so cute.
That's adorable.
Oh god.
Is there?
Meanwhile, I don't expect an answer to this. I'm just going to say that while all this is going on, Faiya's just basically walking up to the mercenary types and it's just basically annoying them with questions like, "Sword, what's the biggest fin you fought?"
One responds, and it's not any of the types you expect. It is in fact another gnome who responds in kind. "Yeah, killed a diabor all by myself."
Oh yeah. Oh, so did I. I actually killed something much bigger, you know. Like, I was about the size of about 3 of them. They had 4 arms and everything.
Nice. So
Errol runs past making dragon noises.
Is there any...
Errol, be careful with that.
Yeah.
You hear
Sorry, I cut you off there, Meg.
I was just wondering if there was anything that I would be interested in. I guess not.
I mean, what are you interested in? This is the Card of Wonders.
Yeah, is it all just technology based?
It's clockwork stuff.
Yeah, it's all clockwork. I mean, I can tell time of day by the position of the sun, no matter what. I guess nothing. Yeah, I just look at it, be like, "Huh, that's cool," and just keep a lookout and stop everything else.
It's the type of stuff that appeals to the fancy boy.
Yes, to the fancy boys.
Exactly.
Like,
As
Lazare is crushing on this guy so bad right now, so he's just like there, like eyes wide open, like.
So
Okay.
So as you complete your purchases and just sort of listen to Zo's excited spiel about the stuff he's selling, you slowly make your way back to the. He takes a glance at Errol and also notes Kendra's comment about being careful with the statue and just says, "Oh, don't worry, I've built them very resilient. Believe me, she's not the only one that's occasionally. She's not the only one that's occasionally accident prone. It falls in the mud. Just."
Oh.
I pick it back out and like, I'm a dragon. Mud does nothing to me.
You see nothing, but the mud on the front just disappears.
It is magic.
So with Errol excited and the fancy, Zosen speaks up, looking at all of you, and says, "Adventurers of fine tastes, just my type of people. Well, best of luck to you. I have to be getting to Diamond Lake and then back to and then ideally to Magepoint. Got a lot of stuff I want to learn."
Oh,
Well, I
well,
do hope we can see you again.
when you get to
If you get to
Magepoint,
Diamond Lake-
do say that Lazare gave you a good recommendation.
I'll do that indeed, and many thanks to you, sir, for the recommendation and the well-informed purchases.
Well, I mean, Manzorian will be much appreciated when you see him.
He gives you a look at the name, but then just I see how it is. I bet he will be. I'll be sure to let that I ran into.
Can I do a sense motive on that? Like,
Yeah.
he had a hidden meaning? Oh boy. Oh,
You
boy.
you can. Okay,
Let me
that's
see.
plus a 6, right?
Yeah, I think it's insight is +5. Deception
Okay,
is plus
so-
6.
No hidden meaning, but you get the sense that he knows the name Manzo.
Sorry, what was
And
that?
he knows he's important. I'm
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
really good at reading lips.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad someone is, because until I figure this connection problem.
Don't worry, we got it. It's fine. Keep going.
So
I mean, I just chalk it up to the fact that you live in the middle of bumhick nowhere.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but then his video would also cut out, which it never does.
Yeah, you people bought me the best video quality. So
Yeah, but the camera quality doesn't. Well,
Yeah,
whatever. we talked about
yeah,
this. Whatever.
we can talk about it off
Whoa,
stream.
whoa, it's fine.
So,
Yeah.
moving on from that, Zozen sort of regards the rest of you and says, "Well, as for all of you, I hope to run into you again on the roads again. Perhaps you can give me more fine business, being wanderers of such fine taste as yourself. In the meantime, best of luck on your travels, and don't get eaten."
Get an arm and we'll talk.
Wait.
Errol
What?
is slotting the wand in between the mechanical dragon paws, and it's just like.
You warned us about heading in this direction, and you say don't get eaten. What do you have any knowledge of what we might be dealing with along this area?
Well, I can't say for sure. I've just come from the villages to the south of here. It seems the lizard folk problems become a bit more prevalent lately.
I see. Yes, I'm afraid I have some experience with that myself.
Well, that's a shame indeed. You seem to have come out of it unscathed, though.
Um, well, yes, I did. Um, but well, I've taken up too much of your time. But thank you very much. It's so good to see a smart dressed man around here, and a man of good stature. Thank you, and good luck on your
I dropped
travels,
the
sir.
statue again.
Uh, Indeed, and luck on yours, and luck on your trying lizardy times. He points to Errol and says, no, no offensive to you, of course, little dragon. Enjoy that purchase.
Thank you.
He hops in the magnificently like velveted and tricked out driver's seat of his cart, hops it into gear. His mercenary form up around him, and off they go.
Bye, I'm glad we didn't have to fight you because you're super powerful. And now I am a dragon.
So that was an encounter that happened. Get like 5 books from now.
Oh wow.
Oh, whoops. He's a very important student in the Melkern.
In Melkern, he's awesome. I love him. I love playing him. He's fun.
And I just got
grandpa.
I just got to play him in a different time, in a different point in time.
Yep.
Okay, so
But he isn't crazy.
you so with your encounter with Zozen wrapped up, and Lazare with a new crush, you plunge deeper into the darkening swamps of south of Diamond Lake, coming once more toward the familiar, at least to Lazare, sight on the horizon of the rising keep of Blackwater.
I tried to make the dragon breathe fire.
It sadly does not, but your wand keeps breathing fire.
Ooh, I'll try to align it so that it does it at the same time.
While you're experimenting with that, the rest of the group
How many charges do I mark off?
Between using it on the desk, using it on the dragon,
That was yesterday. Desk was yesterday.
Okay, that's true. So you're down to 1 charge.
Okay.
Oh, Errol.
So
Errol.
as the rest of you draw the cart up the inclining hill toward Blackwater, which sits sort of on a cresting ledge above the conglomerating waters and rivers of this region. I want you all to roll me perception checks.
I get advantage on those.
20.
18.
Okay. That was so close to a nat 20.
Natural one!
Oh, wow. I am very distracted.
Well, luckily, at least one member of this party is not very. So Sylaris,
man,
you're
my colleagues that same.
Sylaris, you're toward the front of the party, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's with me at the front of the cart.
And refusing
Okay.
to go inside the cart.
So, you're the first person to hear a familiar sound to you on the distance up the cresting hill. You hear the clanking, clattering weapons and shouts of of command and battle cries, and you hear raspier cries in a language that do you speak Draconic?
No, I do not.
Okay,
I
so
do, but I
in
can't
the-
hear it.
Yeah, so you hear other cries in a language that you don't recognize immediately.
Oh my god, Errol does too. Holy shit, Errol speaks the language. Okay, never mind. Keep going.
And you somewhere up in the distance, you hear the sounds of battle, and I would like to bring you all to a map.
Ooh.
Oh,
man.
boy.
Finally get a map change?
Oh gosh!
Oh, this is massive.
Oh my god.
This is a battle.
Oh.
Oh, geez,
Where
this
we
is a
at,
big
though?
map.
Oh,
Oh man,
taken a
fuck!
while.
oh shit.
It's the Strahd. It's
Ah.
the Strahd Hill all over again.
Loading,
Oh, no.
loading.
Could you ping us to location if that's all right?
Roll 20 is
Oh,
loading.
we're at the bottom.
Yeah,
Thank
shift
you.
ping.
Yeah.
All right.
My
cool.
browser is super slow because of turning hardware acceleration off to record.
I don't think. Yeah, there we go.
Thank you.
I mean,
Right
it's still
at the
loaded on our end as well.
Oh dear.
bottom
that is
bottom
fun.
right corner.
Yeah.
Bottomest right.
Okay.
And let me just add to the map your tokens of the wagon. I'll move certain pogs to the front.
I do not have control over mine.
I do not.
Oh, I don't have control of my
No.
pug either.
I've
Oh,
lost
that's
control
weird.
of mine too.
No.
No.
Okay,
can't
so
move.
Four of us freeze, becoming mobile statues.
I don't know why it keeps doing that.
I'm good.
I cannot click.
There we go. Okay, I'm good now.
Yeah, I have to say represents character.
All right. I'm gonna put all my points in for. Okay.
Okay, still can't
I'm
move
not in control
Kendra.
still, sorry.
Yeah, I'm getting there. One at a-
Alright.
I was temporarily paused by fear, but I'm back.
Alright, you let us know when we're good.
Okay, you should be good, Kendra. Russell
Alright,
should be
there we go.
good
Oh, I'm
now.
Under the card, okay.
Yeah,
thank you.
It's just stretching
Kendra
in the
just
background.
fell out. Kendra fell out of the cart and is now being run over by it.
Oh, goodness.
And Faiya.
There we go.
There. Now I'll move you all to the front so you can be top of the seers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
And yeah, to front. That should be everyone. So, who all is in the cart?
I think everyone was
Yeah,
because it's
imagine.
raining.
No,
Yeah.
I'm on a horse.
Yeah, I think it's the three of us out front, and everyone else is in the cart.
Yeah. So Russell,
I'm
Dro,
staying
and
with my-
Sylaris.
No, I'm on my horse right here.
Yeah.
Cool. And one horse.
Such an amazing inclusive
horse.
experience.
There you go.
Nice.
So realistic.
You might want to give us control over the cart and horse as well, just so we can move it around
Yeah.
combat.
I'll put the horse in the control of both Meg and Dro.
Yeah.
Sylaris and Dro, sorry. And the cart as well.
Uh-oh.
Don't, just don't.
Don't touch it.
And I'll give control of
You'll ruin everything.
Yeah.
to you. Okay, so Storm, you should have control of Bessie now.
Yes, I do. Thank you.
No worries. And I'm not gonna have you roll initiative just yet because see what's going on, but I am going to play. Where is it?
Zach.
There it is.
Can you tell
Shit.
us what's going on too? Because
Yeah,
what's
what's
happening?
happening?
You
This
don't,
thing is
you
so
don't know.
big.
You don't know so far because you don't actually see up the hill toward these sounds.
As it is, it was just me who heard things that were happening. So I will have to turn back to the caravan and say, "Heads up, guys! We got something up on the hill. Anyone speak lizard?
I mean lizard.
Uh-oh. No! Internet! Internet, are we good? Hello? Okay.
Would
said
I,
that.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Would I know what language lizard folk speak? Probably.
It's
Actually,
comic,
I
right?
heard
Yeah.
them. Would
Yeah.
I have heard them speak before?
Yes.
Yeah.
You
so
were.
did
you
I
were,
hear
you were
Draconic?
able to You were able to understand their orders, and that it was in Draconic.
Well, fortunately, wizards traditionally write their spells in Draconic, so Other people can't
Yes.
read them. So yes, I do speak the language of the lizard folk by coincidence.
All right. All right, everyone. We're gonna move ahead real fast. Hold on tight.
Okay, you spur your horses into a full
Mm-hmm.
battle gallop, and I'm just gonna
Errol
bring
would
you.
like to crawl up onto the roof again.
Okay.
Okay.
You reach about here, and I'll let you turn the horse.
Okay, one sec.
When the cries become more clear, lizardmen barking orders and barking orders to attack the humans on the fort, and also shouting taunts at the defenders. You see up
Wow,
ahead of you.
they are lots of big dicks.
Big.
You also see up ahead of you the hulking shapes of the lizard folk in question. A familiar sight to you, Lazare.
Yes, unfortunately so. How far away are they?
Where are
right.
they?
Okay, let's
They're up
move
ahead.
up.
Okay.
Yeah, they blend into the background so well.
Well, they are like straight up invisible.
Yeah.
And
No, I can see them.
Oh, I
just,
see them now. Shit.
Okay.
Yeah. We need like a stroke effect or something on them all.
Yeah,
See,
they're
seconds
like,
is an hour.
They're like about at the moment they're about 100 feet away.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's at this point that I would like you all to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
That is within my gun range. So.
oh wow, they're within range for myself as well. So when
Alright,
it comes around.
I've got a 16. I'll type that in for y'all.
Okay, I'm rolling now. Oh, not bad.
Ooh.
23.
Good one.
Right. No.
Oh my
Errol's
goodness.
really distracted.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I gotta. Yeah. I think we
I mean,
all.
Oh, Errol does have a new toy.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh
that's
wow.
I've got such good initiative as well.
Oh.
Wait, does this mean like that Nico and MVL have to roll off because they both got natural ones, or
No,
is it
no, 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 no.
No,
Uh,
go with their
he still
score.
has one over.
It still has 6.
However, no.
It's good for a cleric to go last anyway. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine.
Mm-hmm.
As the chamber is on fire, this is fine.
18.
Let me use the restroom.
How far?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, we are pretty far away from people.
And Lazare was a 6.
I just had a little cold chill.
Oh, I love it when that happens.
Got a little blanket on my lap now.
Stylin'. Wow, I actually perfectly aligned you all. So
Nice.
Big stretches.
Oh, the dro is gone.
yeah,
Where's
yeah,
the
he
Kairos?
popped out quickly.
brief restroom break.
And
Yes. And last but not least,
the enemies.
they don't. No, they do not have any special bonuses to it.
slight
Natural
question.
20.
God, really?
A slight question.
Yeah.
Without her shadow arm, does Kendra have disadvantage on using her heavy crossbow?
You would not be able to use it.
Just not at all.
Yeah, because it requires the arm you don't.
It is definitely two-handed.
Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
because you'd have to hold it like that. So.
All right.
All
And I
right,
have a
so-
question about: do I need mounted combat to be able to shoot on top of my horse?
I don't know.
I don't believe you do.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
Yeah, I think you're
Mounted
good.
combat is a feat, right?
Yeah,
It is
it's a thing. It's a thing that makes it better.
The biggest problem is that these
Yeah, I
aren't
think it would just-
these aren't combat horses, so they will have a chance of running away if we take them into battle.
Oh, then I thank you for telling me that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Dro, gun is first.
Okay. So, 2 options here. I can either move us really close, or I can take a. Let me see. Because everyone has basically
How fast can the cart move in combat? Is it 40?
40 feet.
40 feet. Okay, well I'm gonna push the cart at least the 40 feet.
Okay. I'll drag you there-ish.
Shouldn't
Okay.
that be on its own initiative because the horse goes and the horse can technically
Well,
use an
'cause
action
I'm-
to dash and go full speed?
Yeah, it's the way I'm doing it is like in Strahd, where Jean's horse has always gone on this.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because I'm the one driving it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I say it would be on my initiative. Could it use a dash action and I could still shoot, or no?
No, that'd be your dash action.
Okay. Because I think it's better if we get our front line as close as possible.
Yeah,
So I'm
that's-
gonna use a dash action, get us as close as possible. Because I'm fine with being in the back anyway.
Yeah. Okay, let me. Where the hell did my roller tool go? Okay.
Did Faiya just jump out of the cart and was like, nah?
Well, the thing was, yeah,
It'd be
that
right
was the
around here,
thing. I
Sven.
was gonna roleplay that Fire jumped out the instant she heard there was battle coming, and then you guys started falling. Like, oh crap! Just like carry on.
Faiya was like, jumps out, rah, let's go, and then we all just go ahead.
Yeah, we just keep going.
Wait.
No, fuck! Damn it!
Okay, so you've dashed up and you're in the thick of it now, Dro. You see
Oh,
a good 30, 40 lizard folk.
Okay. Can I tell? Okay. Could I tell based on like the way things are? Like, so this is a fort, right? We know about this fort, right?
Yes, and you can see their defenses now. They have a scant few crossbowmen up on the wall,
Okay.
very understaffed, and
I'm going.
they've also thrown up a hasty wall of palisade spikes.
Okay. I'm gonna action surge.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Okay. Let me see how far. Okay. This guy looks pretty strong, right? This guy over here.
Yes, he's
And
a bulky boy.
Okay, he's within my range increment, my first range increment, so I can still shoot him. So I'm gonna pull out Nativus. I'm gonna spend a grit point for advantage.
Okay.
All right, one sec. And take a shot.
Let me check. That is just enough.
All right.
Between
That's 7 points of damage.
All right. It wings him just like right here. It's not a by any means a fatal blow, but it's noticeable and it gets his attention.
All right, I'm gonna take another shot.
Okay.
With grit advantage again.
Which one? Is this Bulky Boy?
Yeah, bulky
Yeah.
boy.
That one whiffs.
Oh, that's just barely out of my my broken range, so we're
Good thing
fine.
you used advantage.
Yeah.
God, MVL can tell you such a story of how
Oh boy.
two nat
I think
ones
I
on an
have told him.
advantage.
Yes.
Well, at least you've got more than one gun.
That's true. The other one's very short range though, so.
Shotgun style.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'll say that you have the gun now because you
Yeah.
probably worked on it the last bit it needs.
I
in
don't
the
have
daybreak.
many bullets for it though, so we're gonna have to play that safely.
Okay, Russell. Dro has just galloped into battle with a mighty carriage.
I'm gonna get off Bessie, and I'm gonna kind of whisper to her, it'll be okay. And I wanted to use my rogue dash to get 60 feet. I don't know how much of a movement action is to get off my horse, so
There's
I'll
two
get to
types.
here.
There's two types of people with horses. You either charge them straight into battle, or you leave them behind to take care of them.
I'll say
Well,
that.
I
I'll say
needed
that.
to get the cart, so that's why I needed the horse.
I think it's 45 feet because it uses half of a normal turn of movement, so 15 feet.
Okay, so
I'll
just
say you get about there.
Yeah, okay, so I'm there, and as long as I don't have to do a disadvantage, as long as it's not 80, so I don't, so I'm going to take my longbow, and I am going to attack with it.
Cool.
Ah.
That's one of the mundane lizard folk, so that hits.
Oh,
Shoot.
nice. And I already used my bonus, so that's it. I'm just like, in the thick of it, that's what I see so far, so I got it.
Okay, this guy right here is starting to look a little battered upon. Yeah.
Do you have extra attack yet or no?
Yes, she
Did-
does. No,
also,
no.
didn't they
not
roll a
yet.
20? Shouldn't they start?
I go by
Oh,
modifier.
yeah. Okay.
So, there's the type I'm looking for.
Oh yeah, I can't wait till I get that bonus, because, no, I wouldn't be able to. No, they're too far away for the bonus when I get it.
All right. So it moves on to them, and the southern portion of Lizard, noticing this new threat, wheel around on the big orange feathered guy's orders, and a few of them break off to deal with you, this new surprise attack. Yes. Gets to about here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Significant. So he's going to double move to get to here.
Oh,
The one that you right at, and a number more breaks straight for the cart. One moves here and is going to hurl a javelin at you.
Who?
Dro.
okay.
In fact, he's gonna hurl two.
He just made a big bang, so.
Yeah, no, I drew the most attention. It
You
makes sense.
drew.
I'm ready to die.
That wasn't even close, but.
Okay, so one is a
the second
17.
one hits. The second one hits.
I have
Yeah.
Sentinel.
Oh,
One. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Creature provokes opportunity to. Where is it? Is it that one or is it protection?
When a creature
yeah,
within
protection.
5 feet of you
Protection.
makes
Protected.
an...
Protection then. When a creature you can see attacks a target other than you that is within 5 feet of you, you can use your action to impose disadvantage on the attack roll. You must be
oh,
able to
so you
shield.
pull out your shield and block it for me. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're the
Yes,
best.
in fact-
You're the best.
Yeah.
Okay, I did.
In fact, you
I
do
did.
that. You just reach over, boom, throw Dro down in cross your lap, and bring your shield up. One javelin gets stuck in the shield. The other bounces off and you hits the orange feathered commander.
Yay, okay.
Okay. However, more lizard folk are coming in.
Oh dear.
Okay, this is fine.
This guy up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is going to whip out a crude short bow and start sniper dueling Russell.
Oh no.
Oh, oops.
Nope.
No, both of those suck.
Ah, man, we never discussed the armor thing. Oh, well.
you'll get your chance.
Shit! Yeah,
So
we were
we're-
gonna do.
Yeah.
Ah,
Next time.
yeah,
Yeah.
we were gonna
Just
trade
like-
armors and. Damn it.
We'll worry about it later.
Okay.
Yep.
And
Oh, I should
okay.
have my plate mail.
So are these two on Dro again or no?
That one down there was on Russell.
Okay.
Hyper. This one's gonna come over and hurl 2 at.
Roll 2 at who?
You,
At
Solaris.
Okay.
That's one hit, I believe.
Yeah, my armor class should be 9.
It should be
19?
20.
It should be 20 right now, right? Okay, for some whatever reason, my character sheet is completely wrong. Probably because I don't have the armor on my sheet.
Yeah,
but
because
it is
you.
20 right now. Okay.
Yeah, so
Because
it
it's
just
18
hits you.
plus your shield, right? So that's 20.
Okay. So it does hit me. All right. What am I taking?
Okay.
That's a lot of damage.
And just could you go ahead and roll me a
Con?
yeah.
Fuck.
Oh,
Oh, no.
shit, poison. Oh, no.
Hmm.
Ooh, 10.
These guys are are pretty low on the totem pole. However, I will say this: you take half follow. You take 1 point of poison damage.
Okay.
Oh, that could have been a lot worse.
And then
Okay, so-
that's all I have. That's all the damage I
I
took.
have poison.
Yes, you've
No, also the
resisted
javelin.
it just.
Also the javelin, though.
Yeah, I
That's
rolled
6
that.
damage.
Six
Okay.
plus 1.
So 7 damage total.
7.
And this
Okay, cool.
this one is also going to turn around and try and take out the beefy, shieldy one in the driver's seat. Oh, they suck.
Oh.
Fuck you.
Yep, shield up.
It's just like
javelin
ting, ting.
It's like watching knights in fire. The rest of them move up this way toward the fort, and I'll roll a d4 for purposes.
Switching out my headphones like
You hear from the direction of the fort a shout of surprise and then silence from that voice.
Oh.
Okay.
That'll go well.
Okay. Faiya.
Okay, so let me just double check the range. I mean, fire's at the back going off. For fuck's sake. And then gonna use my action to dash right into the middle of the crowd because I think I can only get about as far as here.
Yeah.
Sort of muttered to sort of fuck's sake, could have done it. And then literally the only thing I can do at this point is to essentially scream, "Come on, then!" at the lizards, and then go into a rage, which I cannot believe I forgot to mention this to the stream audience. Faiya has the Path of Ancestral Guardians, so behind her, kind of like a stand from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, as she goes into a rage, you see this spirit made of wind like pop up behind her, and several other weird wind spirits around her.
Yeah, basically you see an foot-tall wind elemental, bald and in a monk's just appear behind her, floating above the ground.
The JoJo stance actually completely encompasses what that looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the picture and everything. Yeah.
She's just a JoJo stand user.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the name of your? What's the song?
All right. Kendra's hopping out of the cart, and getting to about here, and as a Hexblade Warlock, she summons Omen, the Black Sword, and in doing so, it also makes a shadowy arm appear connected to her right arm stump. So she is fully armed again with this awesome shadow arm.
I armed.
And she is gonna do a hold on, things are a little bit slow. Yeah, I think she's just gonna straight up attack the dude right here, this mook.
Okay. The one directly to your diagonal.
Yeah. And roll again. Alright, I'm just making sure this number is correct on my sheet. For some reason it feels like it's too high. I have +8 with Omen, right?
Yes.
Alright.
Ooh.
Alright, 12, that is an altogether 20.
Oh, God. That carves his
Nice.
armor in twain.
Alright, and then let's see, damage 2d6 plus 5. Let's see, 5 plus 1 plus 5, so 11 damage.
Okay, this guy's looking hurt.
And I believe I technically have, yes, Thirsting Blade. I have the feature Thirsting Blade. I can attack twice with Omen during action turns.
You can indeed.
Again! Oh, that's 11.
Ooh.
They have 11 AC.
Oh god, this guy's not having a good day. Alright, so 3 plus 4 plus 5. That's
you come in once and by this, but by the appearance of this shadow arm and shadow sword, takes him. Go. Wait, what? And that is his last thought. As first you slash straight across him one way, then you cleave him in twain the other way.
You
So
just cross-slashed him.
we
Yep.
got a quartered lizard.
Yep.
Yeah, boy. That's
So,
cool.
first death of the match goes to Kendra.
And now
Explain
comes,
more like y'all.
now comes the new guy.
Hey.
Make your debut,
Um,
Lazare.
Lazare sees all of the lizard folk coming up and immediately panics. No, not again! And realizes how incredibly unprepared he is for battle, so he pulls back his sleeve and there is a leather bracelet on and he slaps it. And brings up a kind of spectral armor appears on his person for just a moment, flashes in a bright light, and then vanishes. Okay.
Mage armor. Okay.
That's it.
Yep.
All right.
That's an action.
Yeah, mage armor's in action. I get you.
Smart, smart.
So, Sylaris, you're being swarmed by lizards.
You think I would know? Okay, so I have my action, bonus action, and
And
my 2
move.
attacks. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
and
oh,
your
no, the two
attacks
attack count
on
as
your
one
action.
action.
1 action. 2.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I'm assuming I have all the weak armor. I have, Dro has bad AC. Does Kendra and Faiya have bad AC right now?
Kendra
I have a
has
16, so it's not awful.
Kendra's at
but
17. She's pretty good.
Yeah.
Fire's 18.
Okay.
I think I have the lowest of the party.
Okay. I'm still gonna try to do this because you guys will get extra dice to add on
Nice.
to it.
Okay, so which 3 creatures are you putting it on?
I'm gonna put it on. I wish I didn't have control. I'm gonna go for Dro, Kendra, and Faiya if I can. Right
Okay.
here.
Okay. It's 30
Um,
feet.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna bless y'all.
So it's a
And this-
D4? Okay.
Yeah, and this is big boy right here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't attack because action.
Yes.
Okay.
I got him on my turn.
Okay. Let me think.
I'm gonna bring out something new.
Ooh, okay, I have an idea. I'm gonna do Bane on Big Dude. After 3 creatures.
That's
Yeah, that's another
an
action.
right?
that's
It is
another
an action?
spell.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought it was a bonus. Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna.
You
Even
can
if
still
it were
move.
a bonus, you could only do cantrips. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
Just
combination
the
of a
house rule.
spell and a cantrip.
Okay, I'll just move in between Dro and Kendra then to hopefully protect them.
Alright.
Got a good defensive line.
Mhm.
Okay. So, Errol, battle is happening.
Okay, in Draconic on top of the roof, I'm gonna yell at them. You're all buttholes and very impolite, and I'm gonna summon a gigantic storm cloud.
Oh shit.
Oh man.
I'm going to call lightning.
Oh,
Because
This is
I
becoming your
did
signature
actually-
spell.
Well, it's actually a domain spell for her, so it makes
oh
sense.
yeah.
So, okay, what I'm gonna do first is I'm just gonna draw the 120-foot diameter circle, and then I'm gonna put it in the place I want it to be.
All right.
Okay.
Oh my
You
God,
could
I'm
make
so
it an
sorry.
aura around you if you want. I think it'll cover almost everything, but oh.
There we go.
That's not what I wanted to do. Hang on, I need to move. Can I move it? Can I please move it?
Yeah, where do you want it to go?
Here, Sven,
Just a little bit. I want it to cover like all the dudes that are on us, but also like, damn it.
Sven, what you can do is just grab an icon, like a token of a cloud or something, put it on here.
I got it.
Yeah.
I want it to be right here, like this, like
There
this.
we go.
Okay.
And Errol has moved too for some weird reason. There we go.
Because I
So-
selected everything that I could move. So
About
Yeah.
there?
Right.
Oh no.
did it move
No.
back? What happened?
No, I moved it
No!
here.
That's not. I want it to be further up though.
Yeah, I think she had it where she wanted it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Control Z.
Hang on. I'll just. Move
There
it
we go.
again.
Yeah.
right.
Yes, perfect.
All right.
And then, hang on. Does it happen at the first time?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, when you cast the spell, you choose a point you can see within range, and a bolt of lightning flashes down from the cloud to that point. So, like, this gigantic storm cloud appears, and then Errol, is there one guy that shouted any particular atrocious jeering stuff?
Yeah, well, this guy right here ordered everyone to kill Dro, basically.
That's very impolite. You didn't even meet Lightning Bolt. He makes a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, great! He's awful at these.
I'll just bring a reminder.
he says to roll in a 19.
All totaled.
Meh, then he takes half of this damage. It's not stormy, right? It's just raining.
Yeah. So you just coalesce the clouds into storms.
So, like, 12 damage.
Okay, that's still pretty sizable. He's down to yes.
Oh, he is. All right.
Okay, so he takes that and is completely caught off guard for a moment, but he regains himself quickly enough. However, it is your turn, Dre.
All right. Could you say I could switch my weapon as a move action?
Yes.
All right. So Dro holsters Nativus and decides to pull out the big boomstick, Crepitus, and he aims directly at this guy, and it's a cone, but it'll only hit this guy really, because this guy's out of the range increment, and this guy's too far. So this guy will have disadvantage on the attack roll, though. This guy will just have regular. So,
All right.
So I first make an attack roll on him, and I get to add a D4, correct?
Yes.
All right. Roll
Boomstick!
1D4.
Crappy tits.
So 19.
Okay.
19 to hit him.
19. That hits him.
All right. So he takes 12 damage from Crepitus, and then this one's going to be on the other guy. Disadvantage. Slash roll 1D4. All right, and it can't misfire on multiple targets. So it's as long as the first one hits, it won't misfire.
And the good news is these are the javelin AC, so you went one above it.
Okay.
Wow.
So he takes 8 damage.
All right. Oh my god. So, Dro, from the perspective of all of you, except for Dro, just yeets out this gigantic, double-barreled, like clockwork-looking gun, levels it down, and there's a sound like the crack of Errol's thunder, like it just, and a fan of a tiny shotgun shot just blows out, and it just blows out into the dirt and targets beneath him. The guy in the lead takes a buckshot sandwich, and the one behind him also takes a sizable face full of lead.
All right, they're still up?
Yes.
All right, taking another shot.
Cone of Doom.
Same thing. So, okay, I'm not even gonna roll the D4 because I know that hits.
Yeah.
Okay. So he takes 8 damage, and this is for the other one.
All right. Yep. Don't need a D4 for that one.
Yep.
The second one, you hear another. You all hear another. Poof, another fan of lead just peppers the ground, and and this lizard folk behind the commander, drops down looking like shredded beef.
Damn.
All right, so that means I have 3 more shots of that left. Okay. All right.
Now, everyone's ears are ringing, and it's Russell's turn.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the guy who was kind of shooting at me. He took 2 shots, he missed, so I'm gonna get a little cocky. I'm gonna roll my shoulders. I'm gonna take this, you dick.
AC.
Oh, get fucked, boy.
Yeah. Right in the head.
Okay. I'm gonna move up next to Faiya at that point.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna be like, "Whew, I guess this isn't so bad. They seem kind of weak."
Okay.
Not only
And
that,
that's
It moves on to them. Another order is shouted in Draconic. Errol as ordering the left flank to move back toward the cart. Three lizard folk emerge and move this way. Let's see what I can do.
I'm gonna have to reconnect to roll 20. Never mind me.
Okay.
okay.
Okay, they're going to. Okay, someone ruler me. How far from the group is the red feathered lizard folk up top? So right here.
Ooh.
110 feet.
Okay, so
From me specifically.
these guys are gonna double move this way.
Oh
And just
gosh, there's even more.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
This flank is going to move down this way with another double move.
I feel like this is a very kind of enemy intense map from Fire Emblem.
Oh,
yeah.
And you have
Okay.
to like
Well-
pray and hope that like the
Every-
heavy defense characters can like get.
They're
and
easy
take
to
over
hit,
it.
so someone like Faiya
Yeah.
should be able to cleave through 2 of them per turn, but
Yeah.
So the rest are gonna move up continuously toward the fort.
Oh no.
You hear another cry as another soldier is. However, the defense is being rallied, so it goes both ways. And you hear a lizard-like shriek as one lizard folk dies and gets impaled on the barrier.
Rally,
Yes.
and then they have like a
Nice.
bard up there. Or
Yeah,
That
there's
would
a. You can see that there are at least guards on the walls.
mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
You
alright,
can't see
Faiya.
behind the wall of spikes though. Okay, Faiya.
Okay. Well, first, first I have to reactivate my rage because no one actually attacked me during that turn. So,
Oh,
Fire-
shit! I forgot to move someone.
The guy up front. Yeah, that guy up there.
In
okay,
fact, he's
but
got-
don't
he's-
have him attack me just because of that. There are other targets. I'm just saying.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
honestly,
and also
he
this
would-
guy also has to.
Yeah, he's So first, I'm gonna resolve on Dro.
Oh, is that guy shooting at me with something?
He is tossing 2 spears at you
All right.
and failing.
Missed both of them.
Cool.
Wow.
And this big guy is going to make three attacks on Kendra with a giant hulking barbed trident.
Ooh, when a creature advantage.
Oh, cool. I'll roll this 3d20 twice then.
Okay. Please.
Oh.
You nullified a natural 20, so instead that is a 7, a 15, and a 10. Whiff completely.
Nice. Thank.
Yeah, no problem. As I'm like trying to get javelins out of my shield.
Okay, so now we move around to Faiya.
Okay, so now reactivate the rage again, and then just charge at this guy, and yep, 2 longsword attacks.
Can I pause the action for just a moment? I need to relaunch my browser, so I'm going to switch this over to the break screen for like just a moment. So
Okay,
okay.
be back in like very, 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 very quickly.
Okay.
Right.
it.
Hey, we're back. Okay. I hope. Yay!
Last time,
I
Murder.
will check the stream.
last time, Faiya was about to attack a lizard dude. They're now resolving that.
Advantage.
Yeah, we're advantage as a 1. I might just roll a d4 on that just to be safe.
Yeah. I'll say the D4 just put it over. So
Oh, phew. And this will be the second attack at the same time.
also just on his AC.
Alright, so that's 18 slashing damage overall.
Okay.
Oh,
Don't you
no,
have
wait.
your
With the
offhand
range
attack?
yeah, because I raged, it would be the modifier, so that would be
Next to
18.
4.
Yes.
Okay, he's starting to look really wounded, but he is not giving.
Okay. And the rage effect comes in on him as well, but we'll talk about that when it's next turn. Okay.
Okay. I know what's gonna happen. Kendra, you're up.
Kendra.
Back up.
Your,
Oh no!
your mic
Must
seems
be-
to have died.
Mutant?
Sorry, I turned it off while I was munching my cheese.
Right.
So, again, straight up omen attack. And let's see. Oh,
You have advantage.
I do.
Flanky.
Yep, because of flanking.
Okay, the first number was 18.
Oh, I also blessed you.
So that's fine. That's fine. 18.
Okay, that's above his AC.
All right, and then 2d6 plus 5. That'll be 1, 3, and 5. 9 damage
Okay.
for the first strike.
Alright.
And then for the second strike, nat 20!
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and save us the.
How do you want to do this?
Did he say that or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Just with awareness that Faiya's behind him, just kind of skewer him through.
Okay. Cool. Faiya, from your perspective, this lizard man is just sort of wheeling around to take a strike at Kendra, and then a weird thing happens. Omen emerges from his back and comes this close to your head, like just an inch away from the bridge of your nose. And
A little blood trickles down your face.
and the lizard folk with his last breaths mutters something that falls on deaf ears to most of you, except for Lazare and Errol, who hear him say, "This is just the beginning. Mighty Caius gives us strength." And then he dies.
Pull off Omen and it's like, you okay there? Didn't nick ya?
I can take it.
Okay, so that's a commander down. This Lazare, you're up.
Oh boy, he's a little shaken by what he just heard, and then he kind of snaps out of it and sees that there's a lizard guy straight ahead from him, and just from where he is, sets out a bolt of fire towards him.
Cool. That's a lovely first attack.
Hey,
The horse on the cart is surprisingly calm about this.
Yeah.
I guess max damage.
Nice.
Nice.
That's. All right.
So
That's an entrance.
So you
Yeah.
you pull essentially that one thing that recently happened in boss and critical roll right between the eyes. There's a second of smoldering before jets of flame shoot out of where his eyeball used to be, and then he collapses with his head a flaming husk.
Lazare looks
Fire
at
just
his
looked
fingers. Oh, I guess that worked. And then he goes flat.
Faiya just sort of looks at what's going on, then just looks back at Lazare and goes,
Can't see it, he's like down.
Okay, so
Where'd he
so
go?
so Sylaris.
Sylaris, if you get on the cart, I can get us closer.
Right, I got in the cart.
All right.
And... dun,
I-
dun, dun, dun.
I think they're out of range of all of your attacks.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
so
why I was like,
I'm thinking the car can move 40. Can I just move it for
I mean,
us?
You're one of the drivers.
Yeah,
So
drivers. Yeah, and they're all like up here.
Yeah.
I would say, do we want to help out the people at the gate, or do we want to take care of the stragglers over here to the left first?
They're gonna come to us.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So I guess I'll just
Also,
move...
as if they come into my storm cloud, then I can fuck them up.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah, bring us closer to the gate.
Okay, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna take
Is
the
this
cart.
somebody?
yeah.
No.
no, that's a mark on the ground.
Okay, I'm
Mark on it,
that's
okay.
around the area. That's 40 feet. Right. Okay. And then
I mean-
everyone who was in the cart, get up there.
Yep, I'm up here.
Yeah. So I get in the cart and I go, yeah, and we go up 40 feet. And then what I'm gonna do is, I think that's all I can. That's like my movement and my action.
Yes.
Okay. I don't have a bonus that I know of, so I think I'm gonna stay like that. Then, unless I do Shield of Faith on me.
Wasn't it just your move? You only moved 40 feet. You didn't make him dash, right? Right?
Yeah.
I'm still confused.
So you
that
can
wasn't
still
an
do a
action?
spell if you
So you
want,
can still do
Oh.
a spell.
Okay, cool.
if they're
cool.
within your range, of course.
Cool. Do we have any like bigger baddie dudes?
There's another red feathered lizard folk over here.
Within
how far
60
away
if
is
you
he?
have a 60 spell.
Yeah, I think
He-
is Bane 60? I think it is.
I do believe it is.
No,
Oh, no,
it's 30. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Okay.
I do have Hunter's Mark though, which could help me. You deal an extra 1d6 damage to a creature. You can see whenever you hit it with a weapon attack. And you have advantage on perception, survival checks, blah blah blah. Yeah, basically just have 1d6 extra. And can I attack with my javelin?
The
Which
range
can
of that is
be-
20 feet to 60 feet, so you'd be attacking.
Oh.
at
With
advantage.
disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okay, I'll hold for now then. I'll just put Hunter's Mark on that.
Wait, hold on. If you do Hunter's Mark, doesn't that give you advantage?
No extra damage.
No, okay.
Disadvantage. Yeah, it's only if I hit.
Got it.
I get damage.
But you've got like lots of javelins, right? I mean, you might as well use that 1d6 damage.
Okay, disadvantage on the javelin.
All right.
Let's go after that dude. Okay. And
Oh
I have two
my
attacks,
God.
right? So
Yep.
I can whip two javelins. Okay, so
At disadvantage, that's 2 hits.
Wow.
and then,
And then
I add,
you roll
two-
2d6.
Yeah, 2d6. 8.
Nice.
And I'm
So
down to
altogether,
3 javelins. I have
22 damage, I think, altogether.
Okay, I just need to check
14.
something.
Yes.
Oh my god. How do you want to do this?
Oh, you just
You just skewered their druid.
Oh, great. Okay. So I'm like, yeah, like wild. I go, you. I'm like, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
I'm gonna put
and-
my hunter's mark on another one because I can do that.
Okay.
Which is
No,
the
use a bonus action on a subsequent turn, so that's
You
gonna
have to wait till
next
next turn. You have to
Okay.
wait till next turn to do it.
So
So
I,
it's still on his
just
course.
I just make eye contact. I'm supposed to make eye contact with.
I'm just imagining
Fuck
like
you in
Yeah.
particular.
Fuck you in particular. Yeah.
I'm just imagining like you're like this has happened so fast that gathering you just reach back and start hurt you first lock eyes with the red feathered one like you like,
Yeah.
like the Hulk Hogan you and then you just start whoof, whoof. And as if by cosmic fortune you once that's done, you take a moment to regard your work, not expecting it fully to have worked all that well. And this guy is like, this lizard folk is just backwards, propped up on the ground like a blood eagle Viking, with two perfect javelin shots through him. Through both lungs.
Nice.
Be like, Come on!
And also because you have just spurred the horses closer, you see just the situation fort. There are you see a number of dead guards on the battlements, as well as three actually at this point behind the gates. They're shakily holding their ground behind the gate.
Is it paladins? What did you say was on? Like, are they light seekers? Are they from my troop?
No, they are in fact soldiers from the Free City garrison.
Ooh, okay.
And actually it's 5 dead guys, because there's 2 out front and 3 behind the palisade. Ooh.
Yeah. Okay, I'm done my turn then. Ugh.
Errol.
I'm gonna yell at them. Caius is stupid. Kireska's much better. Lightning bolt.
Where would you like to do this?
Since only Sylaris has been hurt, I think we've got everybody around us pretty well handled, and these fuckers are messing up. I'm gonna take this guy. Fuck this guy in particular. Dexterity save.
6 lizards in particular.
Dexterity save, please.
These guys are even worse than the commanders were. I say.
What a douche. He takes half damage.
Could you please stop saying the guys have bad dexterity, because that always means you roll high.
Okay. This guy is reasonably singed. Dro.
All right. So I just checked. I can get right here within 30 feet.
Oh god, the Cone of Doom!
Yeah. All right. So my first attack action is to reload my double barrel. So I do that.
Can I say my reaction when I see Dro running to the front lines is like,
Joe, immediately. No. So does this guy in front of me notice me?
He turns around just in time to see.
I aim it directly at his face, and I'm like, "Good day," and I pull the trigger. I'm gonna use my grit.
Disadvantage, right?
Nope, because I took close quarter shooter, so I do not get disadvantage, and I'm gonna use a grit point for advantage. So.
I was gonna say, if the gun misfired, that would be so anticlimactic.
Natural.
Okay, so also, since he's 5 feet in front of me and I have a scatter gun, that's double the damage on top of that crit. So that's
So I'm gonna go ahead and say, point your double barrel at him and let loose, and whenever there's an explosion of smoke and fire, and when it clears, you are looking at a lizard folk with approximately half of his body left.
Yeah, that's like, hold on, let me do the math. That's 26. That's 52 damage on that one target.
You just breached his AC by 30.
Yeah. And let me see who else I hit. I hit this person, probably not that person.
Yeah, it's
okay,
a 15
so just these
foot
two.
cone.
Yeah, just these two. So, and it's still advantage on both of them because of my grip point. So.
Okay, so that's one manages to duck out of the way, other a hit.
Okay.
So this one to the left of you takes 10 points. That's pretty sizable, and the other one just goes boom right to the ground.
All right.
Like ducking out of the fan of death.
Okay. Oh wait, actually, yep, that's a misfire. All right, so the gun jams as well after that shot. So.
Oh,
okay.
All right.
It doesn't jam on subsequent shots though.
Oh yeah, you're right. Never mind. It doesn't. It doesn't do that. Never mind. I'm.
Russell.
You know that.
Is this a person?
Never mind.
That is that's an untouched.
Oh, I didn't even see him. Oops.
Yeah, I'm gonna run. Go run my 60.
Tabaxi run.
I'm not gonna use my tabaxi run yet. I'm just gonna run.
Okay.
Kitty
And
hustle.
because I have pretty good distance on my longbow.
Yeah.
I like my longbow.
Oh.
Yeah, you really like your longbow.
And since I haven't used my bonus, is it okay if like Is there a way to hide? I don't. There's
Not
nothing
where
really.
you are.
Not where I am. Okay, I'm not gonna use that bonus. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, get that.
Oh shit! I deleted the token. With
Yeah,
the
I was about to
initiative for the
deploy that.
lizard
It is
folk.
that.
I
Next.
think it goes after. Yeah, it goes after
Yeah.
Russell.
I was
Yeah.
confused for a second. I knew it did, but where'd it go?
Yeah.
Okay, so both commanders are dead. So first I'm going to resolve the lizard folk at the gate. Okay,
Shit.
so they pike javelins this way, and into two of these. So that's 4 guards down.
Oh jeez.
But they take a counterattack, and these 3 up here are also taken. In fact, as that happens, as the guards are whittled down, you hear a voice come from above on the battlements, shouting down, "This is for my bandmates, you fuckers!" As a lightning bolt crests down from the battlements and just reduces 3 lizard folk to ashes.
Hey, look, it's
You-
Rose.
You look up and see a top, sort of halfway between dapper and roguish looking individual, just glowering down from the battlements. Ooh.
Dro is awestruck at how awesome this person looks.
I'm just
And,
waving in the background like, Rose, can you see me?
And noticing the change, look around at their surroundings, and you all you barking something in Draconic that most of you don't understand, but Errol, you pick up on it, saying, "Enough of this madness. We've lost enough of our people. Retreat. That is my order." And
Tell the people back at home that Caius is a dumb fuck.
Oh my god.
and on that note, wherever
Still just boldly standing on top of the wagon.
with this voice seemingly carrying some manner of pull within the ranks of the lizard folk, they pause for a second, consider it, and then use a cavalcade of disengage and dash actions to bugger off.
SpongeBob meme.
So, unless I've missed a lizard folk, that is encounter over with the lizard folk in retreat.
As they run off, they just hear Faiya yelling, "Oh, come on! We barely got started!"
I know. I
And it
only
is-
tried too.
And it is on that note that I would like to draw a close to the session because it seems like a fair place to do it. Dying.
Okay, thanks everyone for watching. For wherever you've been watching this, on Mixer, on Twitch, on YouTube, thanks for subscribing or following, and thanks for liking the video. Thanks everyone for joining us for this adventure. It's been awesome. It just remains me to thank this huge cast of players, wonderful people joining us on this game, and the Svengen Master himself. That's been awesome. We'll see you next time, guys, on this wild ride we call Age of Worms. Until then, I will see